Declaration of Biafra. I've come to clarify and clear some doubts and analyze certain issues that our people tends to be confusing, our people. And I will use this opportunity to thank every IPOB member, all the IPOB coordinators, principal officers serving in different capacities around the world, serving in Biafra, IPOB coordinators, principal officers serving in different capacities around the world, serving in Biafra, capacity, and I will use this opportunity to thank every IPOB member, all the IPOB coordinators, principal officers serving in different capacities around the world, and I will use this opportunity to thank every IPOB member, all the IPOB coordinators, principal officers serving in different capacities around the world, and I will use this opportunity to thank every IPOB member, all the IPOB coordinators, principal officers serving in different capacities around the world,
location and personnel in all private hospitals in Nigeria. And this data they are actually collecting, that's totally unconstitutional. You cannot collect private data for any purpose first without seeking the consent of the organizations involved, personal consent of the people involved, and explaining to them what this data is for. One, a foreign agent cannot collect data in Nigeria. So the Global Fund...
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. Sorry for the perturbation. There is just little perturbation, but we must continue. Therefore, as I said before, I still hand over the mic to our GOC, Mazi Chinasa Nworu. Mazi Chinasa, please, the platform is yours. You can go on. The green light is there.
Yeah, Mazi, I hope we're back now.
You're back. Of course, you're back. There we go.
Okay. Thank you, Mazi. Biafrans and all the lovers of freedom. We believe this is just an attack on the radio. Every one of you supposed to know that the last time I came for a program on BTV, my last broadcast was on BTV. After the broadcast, Facebook pulled down the whole of the broadcast. And we tried to find out, they said that the BTV was broadcasting, that a dangerous individual was broadcasting through their channel. And that really baffles me because I came on BTV, broadcasted to our people, and Facebook pulled down the BTV program, claiming that BTV hosted a dangerous individual of an organization. And we appealed, asking them to prove how Mazi Chinasa Nworu becomes a dangerous person that BTV, instead for them to appeal, what they did was they returned, instead of them to give reasons, what basis why they say I am a dangerous person from a dangerous organization broadcasting on BTV. Instead for them to respond, what they did was to release the page back for Facebook, on Facebook. So these are the challenges we are having. Facebook is always attacking these our platforms anytime the leadership of IPOB is on air. But notwithstanding, they have not stopped us years back. They won't stop us today, and they cannot stop us tomorrow. So let me get back to the main topics I would like to discuss on Radio Biafra today. I would like to make it very, very clear. I will discuss about the sit-at-home that some criminals and Nigerian government are now using to threaten our people. Under the coverage of the sit-at-home, they are using to commit crimes, kidnapping, organ trafficking, because they are looking for a free day for them to be able to start committing their crimes. And at the end of it, they will put the blame on IPOB. Another point I'm going to talk about is the betrayal of IPOB, how IPOB leadership was betrayed by people that this leadership have protected, people that this leadership organized, people that this leadership brought on board, and people that this leadership have, given everything they have. But what the leadership of IPOB got is betrayal upon betrayal. But notwithstanding the betrayals, IPOB leadership is still standing, and we are standing with our shoulders very high, making sure that we do the things we need to do in order to restore Biafra. Another point I'm going to discuss on Radio Biafra tonight is also the forces that are determined to keep the sovereignty of Nigeria together. There are forces that have determined that Nigeria must remain as one. These are the forces. Every Biafran must focus on these particular forces. We must all our fight, all our agitations, we cannot agitate for the restoration of Biafra without putting all these forces, both external and internal forces. We have to put them into consideration and make sure that we dismantle these forces, because without dismantling these forces, it is very difficult for us to restore Biafra. Another point I'm going to discuss this night also is the Commonwealth British Army recruitment, that they opened the doors as in the Commonwealth countries, and suddenly some of our Igbo brothers who are gullible, that doesn't know their history, started campaigning for the recruitment of Biafrans into the British Commonwealth Army. I'm going to talk about it also this evening. Also this evening, I'm going to talk about kidnapping, crimes that are happening in Biafra land, in Imo State, in Enugu, and Anambra South. Even in the Anambra North also, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about places where the new tactics these criminals are using. They are using farmlands, farm settlements. They are using uncompleted buildings, committing atrocities in our place, and those issues will be taken care this evening. Another point I'm going to talk about that concerns our people, the life of our people, is the maltreatment of hospitals in Biafra land, their extortion, their ill treatment of how they treat sick Biafrans, when the exploitation going in the medical field. And that is why we are having numerous deaths at any simple thing. People can die in the hospital and they will hold your dead body, asking your family to pay from their nose before they take your corpse. This is something we are not going to accept in Biafra land, and this evening we are going to also look into it. Another very important topic this evening will be roadblocks by Nigerian police and security officers in Biafra land. We are going to tackle it, and decisions will be made over these roadblocks. We will tell Nigerian government and their agents, whoever is standing on the way in Biafra land, any moment from now, risk himself. Whether you are working, Nigerian government sent for you, because the extortion and the killing and the disappearance of Biafrans on the numerous checkpoints in Biafra land will no more be accepted. Another person I'm going to talk about, a little issue about him this evening, will also be the new political harlot in Biafra land by name Benjamin Carlo. What he have made himself, well known, that he is the new Ojos or Carlos, the new saboteurs. He has been recruited. That because he is called the number 6, he is now ready to sell Biafra land. But we are going to cure his madness in Biafra land. We have seen people like him, and this evening, I swear to Chukwokika Biama, we shall read the fatwa. If since he's serving the Northerners, he should ask the Northerners what fatwa is against him in Biafra land, that anywhere he dare open his mouth to talk with authority. A former 419 who had his office in South Africa, even currently, suddenly came into power, sick number 6, and he thinks he can come out to dare to talk for Biafran people, because he goes and gives some people some money and he feel now he has arrived. We IPOB from this evening, we take his case very serious, and anywhere we see him in Biafra land, he have a score to settle with IPOB from this evening. And finally, at the end of this program, there are some decisions that will be made on setting command of ESN on Radio Biafra this evening. These are some of the points, very serious points, we are going to handle this evening. But before I go to this point, Mazi Chinedu, I will give back the microphone to you So if you have any question to ask me before I start handling these topics, I mean, that would be great. Thank you, Mazi.
There, woman, say, I don't think I have any question for now because you have stipulated the points. You have to continue from time to time. If I may, I might interrupt and ask any question, if I may. Mazi, please continue. The platform is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Mazi Chinedu. Biafrans and lovers of freedom, I want to use this opportunity this evening to inform every Biafran. We have heard certain calls, some press release coming from the Nigerian police in Imo State claiming that IPOB are threatening Imo State workers over sit-at-home order. I hope, Biafrans, every one of you, you are freely going for your businesses, you are freely doing things irrespective of their fake and misinformation in order to create chaos in Biafra land. I want to make this thing very, very clear for people to understand something about the sit-at-home. This sit-at-home, the first sit-at-home IPOB ordered when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was rendition was on 8 August 2021. That was when we gave the order with reasons. We gave, and that was not the first time we are doing sit-at-home. We gave the reason why we are locking down Biafra land because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned from Kenya to Nigeria. During that time, the IPOB leadership was accused of many, accusations of how we sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every one of you know about that. If we are not sincere, if Chukwu Kadiama is not with us, few people can survive the attack the leadership of IPOB went through. Few, if there are people. Few people. The level of blackmail from IPOB family members who were misinformed, the level of blackmail coming from people they call IPOB members also in America, the level of blackmail that came from the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. For them, they are not blackmailing the IPOB leadership because they don't know the truth. They knew everything. They knew what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But their reason for blackmailing IPOB leadership was because they wanted to take over the leadership of IPOB. Many people should know this. The siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not blackmail IPOB leadership because they don't know the truth. They knew everything. They knew Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in Kenya. They knew Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. They were negotiating with the people that kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya in secret. Suddenly, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was brought down to Nigeria. The brother of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew. The secretary of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew. Uchenno Kafo, she knew Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya. They were negotiating with people, trying to pay money or trying to thinking they pay money, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. I don't know why they took up that decision. And when I confronted the secretary of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, she told me that the brother of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu threatened her that if she dare opens mouth and tell any member of the IPOB leadership that they will kill her. That's why she did not inform anybody. Reasons that it is only the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trusted. That is the only people he trusted. That is the only people he has to inform and knew what happened to him. Now, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was rendition, also there are hits. People they were talking about that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu may not survive in the DSS custody because of the torture and what he went through in Kenya, the IPOB leadership came up with this action and said, we're going to lock down. And I made it very clear on the day I made that pronouncement that this is subject to review. The purpose of locking down is to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was brought out to the court. Because on 25th July, where he's supposed to be reassigned in the court, he was not brought to court. There are information that he was sick. There were information that the lawyers were denied access of meeting him. There were too many informations, and the leadership of IPOB went straight and put up this sit-at-home order to happen every Monday. This is a decision we do not regret for making that decision, because we are fighting an oppressor. We are fighting Nigerian government who is oppressing and killing our people. On the process why we are doing this, the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came up and asked us, why should we put sit at home? I vividly remembered very clearly when the younger brother, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the one living in Germany, I was in that meeting, Chukwudo Former was in that meeting, Emma Powerful was in that meeting, Benjamin Madugu was in that meeting, Mazi Chike Dozie was in that meeting. He told us clearly, why should we put sit at home? That Hope Uzodimma and some Ohanese leaders have concluded plans to remove Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by the end of that August. That we are just making plans on how to go to Abuja and release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was his condition. And secondly, there is NECO exam. And we have an altercation with him. We told him this is nonsense. How do you think that Nigerian government will go to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? And just in a few months, it is Hope Uzodimma who is going to. Before we understood what happened, he sent message to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu through Aloy Ejimakor. They started to counter the sit-at-home order that IPOB have already dished out. And everybody can agree with me that the first sit-at-home was very peaceful. IPOB knows we locked down Biafra land, and every Biafran accepted that. Every Biafran gave a support that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released. The younger brother of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on Sunday, which is 7th, to be on 8th. That was on 8th. They start to threaten. It now came as a threat that if we don't call off the sit at home, that they are going to call it off. That they are the one who will call it. They are the one to decide. That's why every time I ask, is this a family business? Is this a family struggle? Because the earlier we are made known that this is a family struggle, the better for every one of us. The earlier. We might be foolish or loyal for a decade, but from this moment, it's better we know from them that either for the people of Biafra, because what the IPOB leadership have endured and tolerated from the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never tolerate that from anybody. And enough is enough from them. Enough is enough. That is how the blackmail started. Mazi Chike Dozie was ordered to go and call off this sit at home. Mazi Chike Dozie were asked to say, in order to respect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because some of you, had it been Mazi Chike Dozie refused to obey that particular order, some of you by today will use it as a yardstick to measure his loyalty. out of pain, because we knew that sit at home, we cannot call it off. Because the moment I make that pronouncement, we know the land of Biafra risen. The dead people, all our people, the spirit and the living, they accepted that sit at home. The confusion set in the moment Mazi Chike Dozie make that announcement about sit at home. I'm making these things very clear. I hope the new DSS director is listening, the new NIA is listening, because they may think they may use sit at home order. They're telling the international community every Monday sit at home, they are using it to commit crime because they have grabbed on that particular order. And we were shouting, screaming that the DSS is listening everything that was being discussed they capitalize on it. They start working on that strategy. The siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went in the back after Chike Doziem had called off the sit at home. They went through the back door, organized people, and they start encouraging the criminal in Finland that he should continue shouting the sit at home, because they want to betray the IPOB leadership, because they want to sabotage the IPOB leadership. The sit at home you saw, they were shouting, they were gathering people, gathering and pushing for sit at home. The siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was behind it. They are behind it because their purpose, like I told you people, is to destroy the IPOB leadership. They want to show the people that nobody is listening to IPOB leadership. But they don't know we are not the one that brought ourselves, because the purpose is to hijack the leadership of IPOB. The purpose is to hijack everything, because for them, the Biafra struggle is their family, it is their inheritance. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in detention. That is where the confusion for sit at home started.
Mazi, can I come in here just before you continue? Can I ask you something there?
Come in, Mazi. Come in here, Mazi.
You talked about, although this is something that you have been talking about, this in another dimension. Any day it is being brought up, it becomes so fresh. You said something about trust. That the threat that they said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the people he trusts is the only people he trusted. I mean, his family members, his brothers.
Family members.
Mazi, I want you to expand, because this question might be in the minds of many people listening. Why should Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not trust even the cabinet that he also set up in this global movement? What do you think is the problem? Please, I want you to hint there.
Mazi, I cannot, they said a man's mind, you cannot read a man's mind through the construction of his face. I cannot say, but what I'm telling you is authentic. Even there is a record for it. I'm telling you, when I spoke to the secretary, he didn't trust, she told me, and it is on tape. It's on tape, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told him that he do not trust anybody apart from his siblings. It's on tape. I know what I'm saying. I don't come here to say something, and this puts a lot of question mark when the siblings were juggling to destroy the IPOB leadership. Mazi, anybody that knows me, knows members of the DOS, we believe in building institutions. We don't believe. Do you know that today, nobody, an individual do not fight an institution. Even Messiah came. When Messiah came as an individual, he was killed. If you are fighting for a nation, ideology and institution are the two key things. That while you are championing it, you make sure they are consistent. From the beginning, the siblings wanted the DOS destroyed. That was the original plan. It is the from the Nigerian government, from the politicians, when the moment they hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the march attack. Most of you have forgotten. So this sit at home, we were battling it. After we went on air, called off the sit at home, then the siblings connive with people, and start saying, giving order. I know what I'm saying. Giving order, when the leadership gave order, they gave their own order that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said they should continue the sit at home. Mazi, that is what happens in Imo State. In many places, things have gone wrong. It is the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who have pushed through this guy criminal in Finland. And the whole thing, when we were shouting that these things you people are doing, you are going to use it to commit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because that is an ulterior motive. Now you found out the government, the military are even declaring sit at home by themselves because it becomes a day they launch attacks in communities. They see it so that they will be able, when they declare the sit at home, they use it to enter into communities in the name that IPOB declared a sit at home. And the question is this: all these years, those declaring the sit at home, have anybody sitting at home? No. Only they go attack people, kidnap. A sit at home day become a day of kidnapping, organ harvesting. They are now using it. The military use it to invade people's home, people's property. Some of the people they recruited, they use it to invade people's home in their community. Because what they did, they recruited people in the community who works with the military, the Bubago or Imo vigilante. Some of these vigilantes, they are criminals. They were working with those criminals. What they did is they now ran and joined the military or the vigilante. So they have a target. Maybe one of their brother is in Lagos. What they do is they will call you if you don't bring money. They go and loot your home. On the process of killing them, most of them are running. Eperima now starts importing people from Ebonyi State into Imo State. I came on radio on 14th of December 2021 after the Anambra election. We monitored what happened in Anambra election, monitored the number of thugs, criminals they brought into Anambra. We told them criminal gangs have taken over Anambra and part of Oso because they use that election to bring in these criminals. A lot of criminality were going on. Many people lost their lives. Many people were killed, kidnapping, were running, it became a multi-billion business. Everybody, at one point, a luxurious, a coaster bus was carrying youths from Ebonyi State. Easy Youth Association, a coaster bus. We first sighted them, our men first sighted them in Ibuku, in Anambra. This is when government bus, I'm not talking about private, government bus, they were protected from Ebonyi State till they start coming in. And these boys are bringing from Ebonyi State. When they go to somebody's house to loot, bro, they will pull the wires in your house, they will cut doors, they will take zinc, they will, everything in your house. They don't only steal from your house, they will steal first the furniture, then they come back, pull the conduit wiring. This is what sit at home criminalities took over. I came on Radio Biafra, I mentioned names of these criminals, which many of them today, they are dead. They have killed them, but they continue. Ebonyi State become a recruitment ground. They continue to import. Dave Umahi systematically do not want, he tell them go, because they know what they are doing. He tell his people to move in. He didn't want problem in Ebonyi State. So instead the people to disturb him, he encouraged them to move. Dave Umahi knows. They were recruiting them, bringing them to Imo State. Do you know how many people have been killed in Imo State? And upon all the people that have been killed, we have IPOB intelligence, we have PIT, pictures of pits where these people massacred our own people, committed atrocities against our own people. They kill you, they throw your body in the pit, inside the chemical. And also, they have nearly up to 7 pits. They continue to kidnap after taking money from people. They turned their guns, which this is not IPOB. IPOB don't do this. They knew, the government knew, the people they recruited knew, but you never see them one day mention the name of these criminals. But instead, last time, because Hope Uzodinma have tried by any means against the IPOB leadership, he boasted that before he left office, he will make sure he bring China Sanworu down, bring in Chike Doziem down, and bring Austin Abanye down. He boasted about it. He said the way he catch Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he will get China Sanworu. And he have tried. They have come in different forms. And he knew. They came, paraded somebody that could call my name. People we are saving to come out from criminality. He went to take amnesty from them. They paraded him. If I continue to talk about on this sit-at-home saga, and until tomorrow, upon all the press release IPOB is releasing on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, they continually mention everything. They mention IPOB, they mention ESN, they continue to mention. Why? Because they want to touch the conscience of the people, of our people, to see IPOB as an evil organization, to see IPOB in a bad image. Because if you go to some communities in Olo today, they don't want to hear about IPOB because people, their youth from their community, brought in foreigners into their community in the name that they are fighting for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And at the end of the day, their people are being killed. It is at this particular period we start to hear people talking about Ojobo. They change. People don't understand. These people call themselves Umoma. Where is this Umoma? Only within that Olo axis. That is where they operate. They call themselves Umoma. Which kind of Umoma? They all continue to, most of them, that because of this sit at home, let me tell them something that is happening. Some of the criminals will take their brothers, make POS for them. You see POS in Olo. If they are 100 POS people within Olo or so area, if you look at them, 70% of them have link with these people that are committing crimes. Because when they kidnap people, they call them, they bring their POS, and when many of them go out, the police don't do anything. The police don't make cases. The police don't do. You cannot tell me that somebody money was taken from his card forcefully. You know the account the money was paid in. The bank cannot even stop the account. They can't even query the account owner that somebody reported about this. No. I believe the bank managers might be accomplice into all this crime. I believe that some of the bank managers are accomplice into this crime. All because of sit at home. Hope Uzodinma, are they not in communication with this criminal? Can he say he's not in communication with them? Can Hope Uzodinma say that he is not in communication with them? He is in communication. If he feels that Olo is so hot, he will tell them to leave Olo, move to Okigwe. He'll give them money to leave. When that side looks like it became hot, they move. We know all that is happening. We know all the connections they are doing. And some greedy people, some criminal-minded people, as this crime is happening, they will go and talk. You want it is ESN, if you give us money, we will tell them to stop. Mazi, that is what our people, criminal-minded people who have nothing to do with IPOB, they go to people, they say, they give us money, we want to settle IPOB, they stop disturbing. Which IPOB? Which IPOB? Who is coming for that? Who is asking you that? IPOB, we are fighting for the freedom of the Biafran people. We know the red line. We know the lines we cannot cross. IPOB knows that the moment we forget, the moment we turn our guns to our own people, that is terrorism. IPOB and ESN, with the way Nigeria is killing us, adopting our people, we have right to defend ourselves. We have right to attack them when they adopt us. We have right to dismantle their checkpoints. We have right to pursue them because they are the oppressors. But we can't turn the gun towards our own people. We can't kidnap our own people. We can't sell the organ of our own people. This is terrorism. You are terrorizing your own people. You are turning your gun. You can't kidnap somebody. You tell him, what are you doing for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to come out? Is it the person you are talking to? Do you know whether is he working for? Is it the one who is holding Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? An innocent man. You see one of your brother with an ID card. You claim that you do the what they call it, that you make consultation to the gods. He told you he's working for Nigerian government. You will take him, take his car, kill him, take every money in his account. Those are the things the Nigerian police, the security also doing on the checkpoint. The same thing. Same line of criminality, all to extort, kill our people. That is only what they do in Biafra land. That is what the sit at home is all about. That is why every day can the Nigerian government, the Imo State Commissioner of Police, can he say he's not interrogating most of those people? Can he say they will gather list? For example, there is a list they release in Awi Demmini mentioning names of people they say they are IPOB members. They come in to take amnesty. None of them. In IPOB, in 5 minutes, even less than 5 minutes, IPOB can confirm if someone is an IPOB member or not. Thanks for social media, thanks for telephone, WhatsApp, that immediately we have forums. If they say this person is an IPOB member, immediately we put it to that particular state coordinator. They will run, and every coordinator is there from unit, senatorial. They can identify, yes, this is an IPOB member, or they will tell you, we have never heard about this name before. They will tell you, we have never heard about this name before. Yes, we agree that some people, when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu were rendition, some people out of lies and deceit, and those who already having a criminal tendency in them, joined the criminal groups, and they were expelled in IPOB. They were totally expelled. And I cannot see the reason why, just like in Nigerian police, just like some of the military men that they recruited and they deserted from the military or deserted from the force. And then the military have already dismissed that person, expelled the person. He is no more one of them, but decided to go to commit crime, decided to go to carry gun and be on the highway. Now, will the military accept that when that person is caught, that this person is a military officer? They will say this is not a military officer. He has been expelled. The same thing in IPOB. They have seen how many people we have expelled on this Radio Biafra platform. But they consistently, every day, IPOB this, IPOB that. If they don't mention IPOB, their newspaper, somehow also they are keeping IPOB afloat. They are keeping, whether positive or negative, IPOB. They make IPOB more popular. We are always ready to defend this mission. We are always ready. This project is not about one person. This project is not about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. This project is not about Tina Sanwo-Olu or Mazi Chike or the DOS. It is the project for the Biafran people, the restoration of Biafra. If we can restore Biafra, Biafra will remain as a nation. We know how many prosperous nations their citizens are benefiting. That is what we are looking at. We are not looking at Biafra that when the leader dies or when something happens to the leader, the nation collapses. That is not nation building. That is not the Biafra we are looking for. Irrespective of anything, we will fight to make sure Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released. But at the same time, we cannot be hanged in one place, running around like a chicken until the Biafra movement is destroyed. This is what will not happen in this struggle. We have learned a lot of lessons. We have seen a lot of mistakes, and it is the leadership, this particular leadership, to correct them and move this struggle forward. And I promise Biafrans this evening that any mistake that has been done or things that we didn't get it right, as long as we live, as long as there is life, this leadership will put them right. But I want to use this opportunity for people to understand, the international community, that anybody coming to them, telling them this thing, there is nothing like sit-at-home order in Biafra land. People are going about their businesses, people are doing things, and the whole Commissioner of Police of Imo State was able to come on news lines, they're talking about misinforming the public that IPOB is threatening the workers of Imo State. Why should IPOB threaten their own people? Why should a commissioner of police bring himself so low in spreading false information? They know IPOB. They know IPOB. It is the IPOB DOS is in charge of this movement. And the DOS is led by Mazi Chika Edoziem. There is nothing anybody can do about it. There is nothing. For now, Chika Edoziem is the leader of the DOS. And for now, he is in charge of the struggle while Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention. Until Mazen, if you care to respect him, you respect him. You don't care, we don't give a shit who you are. But one thing I promise everybody, you are fighting a lost battle. Because this is a divine mission. People who have fought this leadership, who have countered every order, this leadership have set out there for the betterment of our people. Even to the point, in order to counter the leadership of this movement, everybody knows the siblings of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu went and opened their own private radio to attack the leadership of this movement. But did anybody see us to react? We don't react. We didn't react. They went ahead, opened their own radio, used the radio to blackmail, to attack, trying to discredit people who have stood strong in defense of their own senior brother. But one thing I have to tell people, most of us didn't join this struggle. We brought our money, our time, our life to liberate our people. We know that liberation of our people is one of the most difficult missions anyone in life can undertake. But we are not here by mistake. We didn't call ourselves. There is a reason why we are here. And for that, if anybody, these remaining days, ESN operatives, those the ones on the land, both the ones you are authorized to hunt anybody coming out to attack our people, claiming it is ESN. You are authorized. The way we have handled it in Aba, it must be replicated in Anambra. Those that came out of recent in Aba claiming, I think all of them are on the run. Both the ones they recruited from Ghana to come and recruit people for them in Aba. We know every one of you, and we shall hunt you down in Aba. Nobody can stop. You are doing your Yahoo. It is no more paying you. Now you are being recruited in Ghana, ask you to go to Aba, to go and recruit people to enforce it at home. Even the one you came with him from Ghana, I think he has dropped dead. All of you that they brought in trying to cause chaos in Biafra land, none of you will ever survive it. You are imposing sit at home, and the foolish people and the foolish criminals that they are deceiving when they give them 100,000, 200,000, all of them are marching to Imo State. You go there to die, because it is what the Nigerian government have fashioned. They gave them money. They asked them push everybody, because Nigerian government is not ready to cover. They do not have the officers to cover the whole Biafra land for everything. So they stationed everything in Imo State. When they pay money, they ask them, everybody start coming to Imo State. We will defend Imo State. Imo State. Imo State. Everybody start coming. Death trap. Couple of days back, I think that was on Thursday, Chocho and his group from Enugu were given. They were killed in Imo State. They were sent to go and support the other criminal, Ajimbi or what. They were sent from Enugu to go to support him. They were all massacred in Enugu, in Imo State. This is how foolish, and people know they are paying you money to go, send you to your early grave. And tomorrow you said you are fighting for Biafra. Biafrans should be very, very careful. Ebonyi State indigenes should talk to their brothers, their relatives. They are sending you, they put small money for you, you found yourself running to Imo State. They tell you Bush, they pay. They are killing them. How many people that left? Anybody coming back? And for that, that's why we are working seriously to restore Radio Biafra back in Ebonyi State. Radio Biafra will be back in Ebonyi State as soon as we can, because we need to educate our people in Ebonyi State to understand the rubbish most of them are into. Whoever is sponsoring them, telling them go to Imo State, go there, Bush is paying. Know that your debt, you are just going to meet your untimely death. For this sit-at-home issue, it has brought a lot of controversy in many places. And the Imo State, although in particular, most of the youths there are also not helping their society, because many of them decided to invite criminals in their own communities. They decided to invite criminals. Not only in Olo, they are in Anambra South, especially in Ihiala, Nnewi South local government. They are also in Okigwe, in Idato, including Arundizok. This is the area these people are operating. Are you telling me the government do not know? Most of them are communicating with the government officials. Most of them are in contact with top politicians, because some of them are preparing them for one political assignment or the other. Because in Imo State now, they believe it is he who have the guns, have the power. Because of this sit at home, that is why I say the IPOB leadership were betrayed. Betrayed to the point that sometimes, and if I tell you people that today, let me make it very clear, that we have been told and they said we are the cause this sit at home is happening, because when the criminals started it, that we couldn't stop them. That is the blame now on the leadership of IPOB. That you people are the cause. That is what is happening. Everybody should know these things. On the process you are fighting, Chukwu Kikabiama knows how we have fought hard to make sure that Biafra land is at peace. Chukwukikabiama knows that when we put sit at home, it is for the betterment of this struggle. It is for the betterment of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But his family, his siblings sabotaged it. They wanted to use it to punish IPOB leadership. They wanted to take it to hijack IPOB leadership. But at the end of the day, it has turned. Even the people they supported, for them to say, at the end of the day, the people have kicked them aside and continue to do what they came for. But IPOB leadership, we know that all that glitters are not gold. We know that the moment Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was rendition, the next step is to destroy IPOB. And that is why you see them. Every day they tell you they will lie for you. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is coming out tomorrow, because the moment they are delaying, procrastination is the thief of time. They are attacking. They are attacking IPOB. They are killing. They are going in the house. And we are saying no more. No more. No more. We have the right to revenge against Nigerian security authorities. They should know that. I have posted this thing on my timeline that terrorism and freedom fighters, terrorists and freedom fighters, they have a very similar. We can use violence against Nigerian government. Nobody can stop that, because Nigerian government is killing our people. They are killing them, harvesting their organs. They are killing them. There is forceful disappearance. Our people are disappeared on a daily basis. And nobody can take this. And nobody can tell us we should not defend ourselves. And I'm making it clear this evening. They should know that freedom fighting involves violence. But the violence is, you must know your red line. You must not turn your freedom fighting into terrorism. And that is what IPOB is doing. We maintain that particular line. If they need be to make sure every Nigerian institution that is being used to oppress our people, we have the need to dismantle them. It is not a crime. We are fighting for our right, because all the Nigerian institutions in our territories are meant to subjugate, oppress, and enslave our people, exploit and kill our people. That's why I say that IPOB leadership were betrayed by the people around inside the struggle, by the siblings of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and other people. I do not mention their names, but they know that they
and Maz, you don't even mention about the blocked fund of IPOB and how even the leadership is expected to run this struggle without fund.
Maz, I'm coming to that particular point. So this is how far the leadership of IPOB has gone, trying to curtail the sit-at-home saga. The blame game. But nobody. You know, people can be blackmailing people, but there are people you cannot blackmail. If you blackmail them, your problem starts. We came into this struggle with a plain heart. We don't know. We have not such thing in our mind. Many of us, some people were living abroad, they returned home. Some people came to do one thing or the other in Biafra land. They are trapped in Biafra land. People who have been deported from where they were having their life for many years because of the cause for IPOB. We cannot allow this movement to be criminalized. by people who came into this struggle to make money through any criminal means, to the point that the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can boldly tell us, "Unu amaghị ihe a na-arụ na the struggle." They can boldly boast about it. Na anyị amaghị ihe a na anyị kọrọ na anyị amaghị ihe a na-arụ na the struggle. I know, ama m ihe a na-arụ, but I'm not part of that ihe a na-arụ. I know. Ihe ahụ a na-arụkwa na ọ ga-arụpụtakwanụ ha one day. Ọ rụpụtawakwalanụ ha. Ọ rụpụtawala ha. So, Mazi, I will stop here so that I can pick up on the second topic, because I think I have addressed the issue of sit at home with how IPOB leadership were, you understanding me, were betrayed by those that are around us. Another topic I want to talk about is the forces that are holding Nigeria, that don't want disintegration of Nigeria. If you come to these forces that are holding Nigeria, I classify them into two parts. There is external and there is internal. And when I talk about that there is external and there is internal, I mean very, very clear that United States of America, sorry, I'm coming. Hold on. When I'm talking about the forces that are holding Biafra, not to be restored, because these forces believe so much in keeping Nigeria as one. I said internal and external forces. It is because of their benefits, trade deals, oil exploration, and their international relations. Britain is one of them, which every one of us know. The United States of America is also one of them. China is also one of them. Also, African Union is one of them. Like I said here, because of the exploitation going on in Biafra land, because our oil and gas are being stolen on a daily basis with no record. Today, the geometrics power in Abia State can no more give light because they have blocked the gas flowing to the station to generate electricity. A gas that you can find in Owaza, in Okwa East. A gas that is in Biafra land has been sold to foreign countries. So now, if we want geometrics today, we tell you have to import the gas from America because they have bought all the natural resources in your place. That is why I say the external forces. America is also part of them. A couple of days back, I wrote something on social media which was very, very clear, because whatever we say, we know what we are saying, and we are saying it. Many people do not know what happens on the Gulf of Guinea. Many of our people do not know. Sometimes our people are just on ground. You don't even make research. You don't know what is happening in your place. I made this post. If you look at the volume of trade deals, you look at the volume of trade deals, oil exploration, fishing on our international waters. They are stealing all those things. They are stealing them. They are stealing on a daily basis. I made it very clear that on a daily basis, over 1,500 shipping vessels, tankers, oil cargo ships, they are going through the Gulf of Guinea. Not only, just look at that region, 1,500 vessels going. What are they carrying? Natural resources from Africa. Remember the Bight of Biafra recorded the highest number of slave shipments to South America, America, and Europe. The Bight of Biafra.
Maz, it was formerly called the Slave Coast. It was the name, Slave Coast.
That is it. It records 28% of slaves shipped from Africa. Only the Bight of Biafra. Today, the Gulf of Guinea is only the Gulf of Guinea taking 25% maritime traffic. And in this Gulf of Guinea, they have over 20 commercial seaports. 60% of African oil production can be found in this axis. China is there, UK is there, France is there, USA is there, because these things are stolen. They don't want Nigeria to break. They want to continue stealing for centuries. They are not yet satisfied. They do not want to let Biafrans to be free. The one of China is because China now, they are becoming another world power. As they are learning from what America has done, they are learning from what Britain has been doing. So they step in. It is economic influence. This and the Nigeria have borrowed a lot of money from China. With natural resources they have in the Biafra land. People should know all these things. You don't have to. That is why in the school, they don't teach you anything. How many schools in Nigeria is teaching mining? How many schools? How many schools, universities in Nigeria are teaching people how to mine? How many? How many of you? They won't teach you that. They won't teach you about drilling. It is only them who will come to Africa to drill. You work for them. Instead, you go to there to study zoology, you study some courses, psychology, sociology, you study certain things that is, they don't. They come to your place, they learn mining, they learn drilling, they learn oil exploration. They are the only one that did it. In your university, you are not. They continue to exploit our land. They continue to exploit our land. They don't even think that human beings are living in this part of the world. Everybody's supposed to know that that Biafra land was formerly called the white man grave during the slave trade. Many of them lost their life. That is why if you look at around the whole coastal regions of Africa, which you don't find where white people are settling, the level of slave trade that happened in our place, they would have settled. Like you see them in South Africa, in Namibia, all these places, white settlement in North Africa, but they were hardly settled in Biafra land. It also affected the Islamic religion. It couldn't penetrate Biafra land. But our people do not know what we have. That's why Christianity was also brought in to destroy certain beliefs, certain things that holds that land. And they want to make sure that they destroy Biafra land. Other points, or those who don't want Nigerian separation, these are internal ones. Those that are internal, because I have mentioned those who are the forces outside who do not want Nigerian disintegration. Internally, there are people who don't want Nigerian disintegration, and they are nobody than the senators, Nigerian senators, governors, many frontline politicians they are currently enriching themselves. You know, they're on the national cake mindset. Every one of them. Other group of people are also the business moguls that we have in Biafra land. Because of their investment they have made in Lagos, in the northern part, some of them are afraid to lose it. But instead for them to try to find a way, because they will continue to be a slave. One thing I found out in Biafra land, many businesses in Biafra land never survived after the pioneer of that business died. And Ask yourself, when we are growing up, we have many big transport companies who's supposed to have moved from luxurious transport companies to railway businesses and own trains, private trains. No. Have everybody forgotten about money has no master? Izuchukwu Motors. All these companies have all died because at the initial time you are afraid, oh, Nigeria will not do this thing. You were doing your business, but at the end of the day, because you are still doing that business in Nigeria, it will be destroyed. When you die, your children cannot be able to confront the forces that you overcame when you were alive. They will give up because Nigeria is not a conducive environment for businesses. These business moguls, they continue because they have invested heavily. They are so scared to lose their business. Instead to find a medium where even if Biafra goes, they're not supposed to lose their businesses. They're not going to lose their businesses. Besides, whether they lose it now or not, when they die, they will lose it because their children will not be able to comprehend what themselves were fighting to keep their businesses alive. Look at many of our people in Lagos. Look at what is happening. Look at the one that had a beach resort that was destroyed. Look at many of them, real estate businesses. Look at how it's being destroyed. You will lose it. If you don't lose it while you are alive, immediately you die, you lose it. Your children will. If you check in Biafra land, we do not have much of generational wealth. We don't have it. If you go to many countries, there is no family that don't have a wealth left for his next generation. We don't have. Anybody that has anyone, the moment you die, they will make sure they tear the businesses. You will fight to get, even the whole family will be in chaos. And at the end of the day, the businesses will be destroyed. Then new people start to build again. Every year, every generation, we are trying to build a business because of the mindset of our people. Because our people believe, instead to support IPOB to put up a stable region, because they are not ready to fight for their rights. They are not ready to fight. They say, let me take the business and become a slave in Lagos. If they insult me anyhow, I will pay them bribe and continue my business. They are not ready to support IPOB, who is in the forefront fighting for the rights of the indigenous people of Biafra and the restoration of Biafra. Another group of people are also the one Nigerianist. Those who, maybe because your father is Igbo, your mother is Yoruba, your father is Hausa, your mother is Igbo. We understand that it is not only in Nigeria that they have intermarriages. Besides, many of us, many Igbos now, we are also traveling beyond Yoruba land, traveling beyond Hausa land. We are marrying all over the world. We have children in Asia, we have in Europe, down in America. We have in Africa, in South America. So, if a country in South America is invading Biafra land today because your wife or your children have their mother's parental side from Brazil, you will say there is no need to fight. There is no need to confront them. It does not happen. I have said this thing on many occasions. When Biafra comes, those who have a mixed parents, their children cannot work in the Biafran interior ministry. It is very, very important. You can work in any other ministry if you like, but you see the internal security of Biafra land, if you have your children mixed, they won't work there. It will be only people whose father and mother are from Biafra. Your mother must be a Biafran, your father must be a Biafran. You can work in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, but if your father and mother is not complete. Even you are Biafran, it's understood. But immediately you have a mix. It is not going to be because of the Yorubas. It's not going to be because of the Hausas. No, strictly. It is not going to go because your mother is Chinese or Korean. No, it will be general. If your parents are not mother and father from Biafra land, you cannot work in the Ministry of Interior of Biafra land. We have to know this and put it in our mind. There are reasons, and I'm not going to explain those reasons. We have to do those things so that when Biafra is restored, we can be able to protect Biafra for the next 1,000 years. It is very, very important. We must acquire the knowledge we need to protect Biafra. There are countries that have been invaded in one time or the other in the history of mankind. And there are things they did to protect their sovereignty, to protect the security, the internal security of that nation. And Biafra will make sure, because the problem we are having in Biafra land, if you watch it very, very well, you will find out that most of the people that they are giving us as governors, or some of the people who they are trying to impose in Biafra land, they have a question. Who they are, there is always a question mark where they come from. Look at the one in Ebonyi State. You know, they were playing an Igbo song, this one they call Biafra. Very clearly, he is dancing this Anye Yaro like the Hausa. You will know 100% that this man is not a full-blooded Igbo man. Even if the father or mother, any because they are playing an Igbo song, you see him dancing Anye Yaro, this Hausa type of music. You start to question, is this an Igbo man? When Okorocha came, everybody, Okorocha, we saw what he did in Imo State. Hope Uzodimma, somebody, we don't question. It's just when somebody comes with money, oh, we started to support because we are gullible people. We are gullible individuals. They will come, they give you some transport money, because the transport fare has become an avenue they are using to destroy our people, from our girls to our elders, to our traditional rulers, to every entity in Biafra land. Transport money have destroyed people, from our girls to our traditional rulers to politicians. This has become an avenue. All rubbish are being. A girl to come to you, transport money. Politician to come to you, transport money. Elder to come to you, transport money. Everybody, policeman come to you, transport money. Everybody, they have taken this cap of transport money. It become a cap where all evil, corruption, where they buy people off from their conscience. Transport money. Look at some of our governors. And the Northerners continue to push to impose governors on us. Look at Wike. Today he is from Idoma. Tomorrow he's from Benin. Next tomorrow he's from Ikwere. The other time he's from I don't know, Obashuku. Confused identity. That is the people, when you see them in power, they continue to mess around with the sovereignty, with the culture, with the tradition of the people. That is what we are suffering in Biafra land today. That is one of the problems we have. These are the people that are the problem. These are people that are causing a lot of pain for our people. As the politicians and the political stakeholders, business moguls, senators, House of Representatives, we can see that in even this. Everybody remember, have all of you forgotten about Ugo Chinyere? That our brother that used to come anytime Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will go to court, he will mesmerize with his barrister English, he will talk to people. He have won a position. He have tested the cake, the national cake. He can no more speak louder again. Instead, the only thing the young man went in to do is to propose for Olo. Upon all that grammar he was speaking on social media, in court premises, we do this. Have you ever seen him talk again? Have you ever seen him? Can somebody tell me that since Ugochinyere entered, because every time you see him with his red cap, he will knock the grammar left, he will kick the grammar right, front and backward. The moment all they do is to step into the political position. All that grammar, all that analysis, all that I take you this, I take you that, I put it to you, the law says this, it was just for him to step into the House of Assembly. And from there, he started pursuing for Olu State so that he will become a founding father of Olu State and then now try to be the governor of Olu State. That is all. I told people on many occasions, when all these politicians come to tell you, no, you people come, we vote, I go, they are deceiving every one of you. Because the moment they go in there, ask any one of them. I want every Biafran, if you know any politician, any House of Rep, any senator, ask him, is there any agenda for the Southeast? Ask him, is there any agenda for the Southeast? I'm coming. Mazi, hold on. Okay.
Go on, Maz, go on.
Yeah, Mazi. Now, you see what all of them are doing. You know, in this struggle, we don't hide because when we see that your purpose is to kill, to attack, to destroy the IPOB leadership, we are not going to keep silent. The thing I am saying this evening, let me inform everybody. All these people you see, all these politicians, all they are doing is how to dislodge IPOB. They will tell you, if you support us, we go there, we will speak. All lies. All lies. All they are doing is to destroy IPOB. And I will shock every Biafran this evening. I'm not going to hide it because it is to the detriment of IPOB. Do you people remember? I was talking about the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As I was speaking about it, there is a new development. What they did to show you people the length. And I want to say it. Most of you know that he was detained for some certain issue of selling a stolen car. He was detained. And when he came out,
Mazi, who is that?
Who knows what they have arranged?
Mazi, who is that?
Mazi, I mean, one of Onyendu's siblings. You understand me? And you know why I am saying this is because of the role they are playing to destroy IPOB. When he is released, he knows the agreement he goes with the Nigerian government. Today, he traveled to Europe. As he came inside Europe, he approached the IPOB coordinator in Geneva. He started feeding that coordinator with lies against the IPOB leadership. As I'm telling to you people, Fine Boy is in Europe. And this is what he's doing in Europe. For you people to know, it is to destroy IPOB. Because it's their family business. He was sent.
So that is what now. They think. They believe it to be IPOB to be their family business.
Thank you. They think
the
IPOB is their family business. As I'm telling you now, he is in Europe. He approached the IPOB coordinator in Geneva. He tell millions of lies against IPOB leadership, against ESN, against Barrister Ejiofor, against Osekome, and he is asking the coordinator to summon IPOB meeting that he want to address them. Biafrans, are you hearing this? Are you people hearing this? This is what IPOB leadership is fighting. They go because I told you now that they say they will destroy Chike Doziem. Maybe when he finished there, they will find someone in Kuwait to come. They have already sent people in Kuwait. Huh? I want you people to come. Many of them have entered Kuwait, trying to think. Maybe they think I am in Kuwait presently. So some of them are coming. Do you understand me? Trying to make contact. They want to see Mazichina Saworu. They want to see Mazichina Saworu. Before they came, we knew. Before they came, this is to see the level of sabotage and ask yourself, is it to destroy IPOB or what? Now it is the sibling of Mazen Namdekan. We go to Switzerland, where Chike Doziem is. Someone, the same thing they try to do in Israel. The same thing they try to sponsor Aloy Ejimako to go to Israel, gather IPOB members to speak to them. The same thing.
Mazi, can I come in here? Because you know this is annoying. Can I? Come in. This is highly annoying. Mazi, does it mean that these people, Kano family, took us now as mugus or what? Is that what they
take
are
us
taking
as fools? No, Mazi.
Fools. They take us as fools.
Yes, they took us as fools. They took us as fools.
So there is no respect for institution. No respect for institution.
No, they have no respect for the institution, and I believe they are working with Nigerian government because Nigerian government want to destroy IPOB. Every Biafran family around the world must be very, very vigilant. Be very, very vigilant. They have failed. Now they are coming. And I'm not boasting, Mazi. I am not boasting. I don't come on social media to boast. Many people, they know. But anybody they try, their dead body stands. Their dead body goes down. Because I'm fighting for Biafra land. Some of them they have sent here, they took them by dead body and returned them home. Some that tried to mess up here, they deport them. I did anybody something? I did nobody wrong. Today, they are in Europe. The same thing when Mazen Namdekan was renditioned, they hold the money for IPOB. They stop funding IPOB. I want to say it for Biafrans to know. They stop funding IPOB. They stop funding ESN. I want to make it very clear for Biafrans to know. Nobody knows how IPOB leadership have sustained ESN, sustained IPOB families with wounded people, with people going to school, with people in the hospital. Nobody can say, if not by the grace of Chukwuokike Abiyama. There is no money from any politician that will say, I support IPOB. They are the one that takes the money. They claim they are in charge of IPOB. Today, they have moved straight to Geneva. To go now, the Geneva they went is to go to campaign lies against Ejiofor, against Ozekome, against Tina Sanworu, IPOB leadership, Chike Doziem, ESN. He just came out from police detention. Oh. That is the job they have sent him. They told him, go there. They told him, go. They're looking for Chike Doziem head. They have failed to fulfill the mission they have in Biafra land. Now they are in Europe. For this struggle. Because they are taking us for a ride. Mazi, I am not going to talk this subject, but everybody, every IPOB family worldwide should be highly, highly vigilant because they are coming for another mission. They have seen that we have survived that storm. They have changed strategy. Anything can happen. Biafrans, anything can happen. Anything.
Mazi, can I ask this question also, please? Mazi, before you pass over this, since before Mazi Namdekan was renditioned, have we ever seen any of Mazi Namdekan's siblings going on missions, summoning IPOB coordinators anywhere and talking to them on mission official issue. I want to talk to IPOB members. I want to address them. Before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned, has there been any such episode? But I can remember that members of DOS we are sent on missions, official missions. They go on missions. So, Mazi, what's changed? What really changed? And all these things are happening. Do you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not aware of all these things? Don't you think that they want the DOS to fail so that, you know, every blame will be on them? Oh, this is why, see, because this is a, you know, I used to preach it, this is a political movement. Because any movement that is a movement of millions of people, it must be political. Mazi, please, address this.
Mazi, I will tell you one thing. Mazi, there are people in IPOB. We cannot deny the fact there are people who have some, of course, as the leader, there are people, you know, you have two types of people. There are people who are staunch IPOB members, but some are also IPOB members, but they want to become IPOB members because of family. These are people that deal with emotion. You understand me? Now, there are also people, because of their dubious behavior, characters, IPOB member, people on ground will kick them out. Now, those people that were kicked out, the siblings of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are very good in doing that. If IPOB kicks somebody out, they go from the back and take that person. You know, number one, that person that was kicked out, expelled, have developed anger towards, do you understand me, IPOB members. Sometimes they will not say, they will tell their lies. So they start to gather them. Now they use them to fight IPOB. Some of them will be chameleon also. They will be with them. They will be with IPOB family. So this group of people, you cannot deny they don't exist in IPOB. Are you understanding me? So these are the people that they are doing what? They are always trying to use. Then you come also in Europe. There are people, of course, out of emotion, they will lay their hands that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, this woman is the finance. They lay their hands there. Because maybe that woman they are in good connection. But I can tell you in the whole wide world, 90% of coordinators, they are not in good connection, or 95% of IPOB coordinators are not in good they are not in good connection with the finance, with the woman handling IPOB finance. 95%, you can make the inquiry. 95%. I have said this thing. This is a woman that's supposed to be selling ogiri and oba in Oriamarako. This is somebody that was giving, and she's arrogant. That the way she talks, people complain all over the world. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu know the reason why she's keeping her. I don't know, and I'm not ready to explain more. Mazi, this is the advantage they have taken. Mazi, the leadership of IPOB have seen it all. We have seen it. Everything that somebody can see, we have seen it. We have seen it. And today, you see where they are going. And I will not like to give an order for IPOB worldwide. But I'm using this opportunity this evening to ask Fine Boy, before he will get mobbed in Europe, I'm using this opportunity because it will not take anything this night to give order to IPOB family whom he wants to go to speak to. They will invite him, let him come and talk. Then he will meet what he never expects. He will get what he never expects. This is how they pay us for standing in the line. Lies upon lies, blackmail upon blackmail. That is what they pay IPOB for. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them because for them, IPOB is their family business. No, can never take that one. They have shown it and shown it. And I want to say it also here, dear friends. Every one of you was here when his brother took IPOB media warrior to court. Every one of you were here. The case they took IPOB media warrior to court. Okechukwu, we sent message. We informed Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to call his brother to order. We send messages through other means to call his brother to order. That, look, your brother cannot take IPOB members, IPOB media warrior to court. We were given a backhand. They shut down the account in Germany. They went and also took IPOB to court. Kingsley took IPOB to court in Germany with some group of his family members. This is IPOB. It means it's their family business. He went to court. They hold all the papers for the court. They refused to release the paper. They came on their radio. Most of you don't need to follow them. I'm not advertising them. But they came on their platforms and they were celebrating how they have won IPOB, how they have defeated IPOB. Even the younger brother called somebody and asked me, do you know that we took IPOB to court and won IPOB in court, and IPOB was fine? I said I didn't know, and God knows I don't know. At the end of the day, I tried to inquire. When I got the truth, I keep silent. Now, the people they took to court appealed on all the charges they laid against them that were false. Today now, they are blaming the IPOB leadership. They won the case now. How? Where does these things happen? Where does these things happen?
Mazi, they won the case quashed or what? Because
he
has turned against them. Is that what you mean?
Mazi, I am not the court. I am not the court. But one thing is I know they took IPOB to court. And they were celebrating on social media how they have won IPOB, fine IPOB. Now, the people that were involved try to defend what they have said. So, this is what the IPOB leadership is going through. Fighting for the survival of this movement. These people have continued to lie for everybody. They kick every lawyer, meaningful lawyer, out from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu case. Today, ask them what is happening. Ask them. They are only stealing from people. We are bribing somebody to bring Mazen Nnamdi Kanu out. We are doing this to bring Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. A lawyer, Jimako, have successfully kicked all the lawyers out. Today, do you see him again? I know. I'm saying it on air so that you know. We know he's planning to run from Biafra land, and we are watching him. We know he's planning to run, leave the case and run. And we are waiting. I just informing him for him to know that we know he's planning to leave Nigeria. We are waiting. They cannot play with the life of millions of Biafra and they walk away free. It's a do or die affair. They should know that. Maase, I am picking up another topic because I think I have discussed this enough. You understanding me? Another topic I'm going to make it very brief on this particular topic is the British Army recruitment, Commonwealth. I want to use this opportunity. It's a warning. I'm not going to talk much about it. I have seen on social media some of our Igbo content creators. I said this thing on many occasions. If you don't know what to create, stop announcing and publishing rubbish. And I'm saying it. I'm calling people like this, our brother they call Okulora. Yes, people respect him, but there are certain things we won't take from certain people. We saw him advertising people. That is their japa. And I want to make sure we are not going to take it lightly with anybody promoting the recruitment of Biafrans into the British Commonwealth Army. Because our people are gullible. When they hear they are going to British Army, they thought, ask yourself, Have everybody forgotten about the Burma War? Have everybody forgotten about the Burma War? If you have not, ask your father, ask your mother, ask any of your uncle. He or she will tell you about the Burma War. During the Burma War, the British recruited 46,000 Nigerians, mainly from the southeast, from the southern part of Nigeria. There are people, they will say, have everybody forgotten when they use the Egaraboma War, Egarogoboma? It is our brothers, our uncles, our grandfathers that went to many of them didn't come back alive. British never settled any one of them. They are deceiving you now. You are going to British Army. Now, they don't need the English proficiency test. If you go in for visa, they ask you whether you can speak English enough. You go and take English. I'm coming on that. You want to go to the embassy immigration, they ask you IELTS. If you don't pass it, you don't go. Today, suddenly they want to recruit the army. They don't need the English test again. They just need your WAEC. Whether you pass, you don't pass. Do you know where they're sending you? You think as they recruit you, you are going to London. You are a dreamer. You're a daydreamer. They will camp all of you, send you to one of their African camps, maybe in Kenya, in Uganda. From there, they will fly you to go to fight war. If you come, who would they pay? After the war, they massacred them. It happened in the Second World War. When the French came and recruited Senegalese, recruited Algerians, go and watch the documentary, how they recruited them to go to fight in France. Why the Senegalese, Algerians, all of them went to fight, to help them to fight. French soldiers were killing people in their villages, massacring their own people. When many of them returned back from the Second World War, they came back and found out that their villages and their towns had been overrun by the French forces. And they came back to ask for their pensions, their payment, because they were not paid at that time. They said after the war they would be paid. They called them in a field and they opened fire on the soldiers.
They massacred them, yes.
Massacred them. Go and read history sometimes to understand. It happened in the Burma War also. 46,000 people British took from our land to go to fight the Burma War. How many people came back? They were all killed. They were all killed. So do not think that
because they used to send them to the hottest, where they know they are the hottest society. They don't see them as human beings. Yes.
They don't see them as human beings. It is the West African Frontier Force that the British use also, recruitment from southern part of Nigeria, send them to fight. That was the forces that was used to stop the Japanese during the Second World War. What are we talking about? That you just hear British recruitment, Japa, people like Okulora, who's supposed to know better, will come out on social media and start talking rubbish. You had the opportunity to enter British Army. Who told you? In history. You want to come and gather our people, the able youths, so they can go to fight for Britain. So tomorrow Britain will invade our own forces. They send them to go and fight Russia. Don't you see how stupid people are? Some group, the British are recruiting, some Nigerians are fighting for Ukraine, others want to fight for Russia. Are you people not seeing the line? You're not seeing the red line? Are we not seeing the red line? Why should we be always used as sacrificial lambs every time the colonial powers want to do something? They come in to recruit you. And suddenly you people are happy. How many? Go and tell us, those who returned from Burma War, who paid them? Nobody paid them. And today, some of our brothers are moving around saying they want to go to British Army. You think they are sending you, they are telling you if you reach there, they recruit you, you reach there, you run away from the camp, and they come and seek asylum. You are a daydreamer. But my question is this. Many Boko Haram officers and repented Boko Haram, why not Nigeria? Britain have a very good relationship with the northern part of Nigeria. Why not those repented people? Why not they hand it over to Britain to go for war for them? Why are they not handing them over those ones? They want to come and recruit in Biafra land. Why are they not recruiting the repentant Boko Haram? Those who have tasted the war. Why? No, they don't need them. It's we in Biafra land, those who can speak English. That's the people they want. They want to send you to go and die for your colonial master in this 21st century. This will not happen. And I'm using this opportunity. If we found anybody in Biafra land coordinating, trying to say you are recruiting for the British Commonwealth Army, if we found you wanting on this, I swear in the name of Chukwukikadiama, you will be dealt with. Our land is not a recruitment ground for the British Commonwealth Army. We are not in their Commonwealth. Biafrans are not part of their Commonwealth. They may think we are in their Commonwealth, but we are not part of their Commonwealth. Being part of the Commonwealth where your resources will be stolen, sold, and they give you aid. That is a good Commonwealth member. And we are not ready to tolerate that. Biafrans, there is another issue I'm going to talk about, which is the kidnapping and crime happening in Biafra land. This kidnapping, ransom taking, organ harvesting, it is something that is coming from different dimensions and from different axes. There are Fulani kidnappers. There are Nigerian security kidnappers. There are these auto criminals kidnappers. There are also criminals who are, these are four sets of people who are just, they are not IPOB. They are not with the auto criminals. They are not military. They are not Fulani, but they are criminals. They are using this opportunity to cash in because of criminal activities going. You know, all of them, you know, the mindset of the Igbo man. If they hear charger is selling, everybody will become a charger importer. If they hear Oporoko is on the board, like when they hear that Odogu bitters was running, everybody was doing Odogu bitters, Zazu bitters, General bitters. This is the mindset of Nigerians. They thought that is what is making people great. Now kidnapping is in the southeast. Everybody is cashing in. People are, some are calling you on telephone. They claim they are ESN, Nyanye Gombo. And from our research, even before the formation of IPOB, Egombo was running in Olo for a very long time, even before IPOB started, where they used to call their people Nyanye Gombo, Aijineche Obodo. It is a word that has been there for a very long time. But there is something, a new, you know, as the crime, they are committing the crimes, they are developing new methods, new ways. We've come to realize that there are many farms, as we have pushed people, encouraged people go into farming. There are people who already own farms, even before IPOB start to encourage people now fully. Of course, we have been saying it for a long time, but there are people who already invested in those things. But also, we have found out there are some negative informations or negative activities happening around certain farms and uncompleted buildings in Biafra land. So therefore, if you owe an uncompleted building, I am calling every Biafran who have an uncompleted project, even if you are living in diaspora, you are living in Biafra land, you are living in another state or living in Nigeria, you have an uncompleted project that have been overtaken by bushes, I will urge you to try to clean up your project. Try to clean them off, because the ESN has been mandated to move around all the uncompleted buildings, because we found out that is where most of these criminals are hiding. The Fulani criminals, the Nigerian security officers, sometimes they take people to uncompleted buildings to rob them. They have their POS, and these things are happening in Biafra land. And if we found out that the owner of the uncompleted building is involved, the ESN have been mandated on what to do in that particular place. I will bring this issue because, you know, our people some of them like to blackmail. I'm going to give you a case study of what leads to all these instructions to the ESN to make sure we will be combing farms, combing uncompleted buildings because of the criminal activities we are witnessing in Biafra land these days. And we need your maximum support as these operations are being carried out. We realize that many criminals are now having connections with our own locals because criminality is what brings Nigerians together. Whether you are Fulani, you are Igbo, or whether you are Igbo, as long as crime is involved, the crime can bring Hausa, Yoruba, all of them together. As long as it's something criminal activity, it's very easy to bring them together. Religion may not bring them, but crime can bring these people. And that is why the British created Nigeria, because they wanted a place where people would behave. They won't ever agree on any reasonable thing apart from criminal activities. That's why even if you go to their Senate, all that brought all of them together from north to south to west is the national cake. Come and steal and go. That is what brought all of them together. At the early of this month, many people found out that there was something I posted about some kidnappers caught by the ESN operatives in Anambra Okanot. These kinds of operations, this kind of have been going on before now, because quietly we don't make noise. IPOB will not make noise. IPOB, ESN will never come to make noise. We don't make noise. You know, people come to make this leadership do not see any reason why they should be making noise when they do certain job that is for the benefit of Biafrans. That was around 8 August. I was informed by a written message. It was sent to me from America. Somebody wrote and sent to me, he said, my farm is located in Urum, in the boundary of Urum and Mbapo in Oka local government LGA. Currently, I have only 20 cows and 14 sheep. Some were shot dead, the rest are missing, and my workers, I want you people to pick up some words. My workers have abandoned my farm for fear of being killed. Thanks, Obion Ramba. I told the person, I said, please, we have an issue in Okanot. But the way this person have put up this message, you say he's an IPOB member. You say he's IPOB member, but is those IPOB member in America? Gawa gawa adege, puba puba adege. We know where they belong. We know these are the people always against the leadership of this movement. But there is something my younger brother used to tell me. He say, this guy sent this message. I went back, I responded, I told him, please, we have an issue at hand in that place. But this message is said is misinforming. When he said my workers, that they came to his farm, I said he's not saying the truth. And for that reason, there is possibility I will make public what is happening. If people can remember, if you go on my timeline, I wrote ESM, well done for the job, well done. I know why I said it. I have every information. I keep silent for us to, the ESN command, to get a full report Other people were investigating it. We send in the intel unit to investigate what is happening. Then the man continued to wire some messages. When he sent the messages, I'm not responding because we are working on this. And I told them, don't worry, I will ask the ESN to send video of what happened so that we can be able to show the world that we are protecting our people. It happens that in this particular location in Awka North, in this place, this man said it's a boundary town, Urum and Mbwapo in Awka North. There are many farms in that location, and that's the farm many Fulanis used to disturb that area before IPOB leadership instructed that the ESN should do something. And I think today that place is having a little bit peace from the Fulani herdsmen. Now we realize, even though we have kicked the Fulani herdsmen outside, but we realize kidnapping consistently was happening in that axis. People were kidnapping and when they kidnap, before ESN will arrive to the particular point, they disappear. It's very difficult. You looking at cars, you looking to see whether because sometimes they kidnap people, they abandon the cars. So they will be searching, but they don't know that these criminals, these Fulani herdsmen, some of them who tend to be working in those farms. So when they kidnap people, while you are thinking they are taking the people outside, they sneak them into the farms in that particular area and hide them. Now, it happens that these three people they came from Enugu and they were kidnapped. We showed a video where they were kidnapped. Somebody in the farm happens to alert another person that they have kidnapped these people because of the gun that were shot. Fortunately for those kidnapped, and unfortunately for the kidnappers, some ESN officers was on patrol, monitoring the area. When they heard the sound of the gun, they were coming closer. People alerted them that people were kidnapped. Then ESN, the rapid response team, responded. They continued to pursue the kidnappers. There were exchange of gunfire, and on the process, ESN subdued two of them. 2 people escaped. As 2 people were escaping, other officers were pursuing them. The 2 people was caught, and the 3 men were rescued. Now, on the process, these people ran into, as they were pursuing them, they found that they ran into a particular farm. That is what led ESN to come inside that particular farm, not knowing that the people came into the farm and escaped from another route. They didn't have an idea. The operation officers there said, we knew there are many farms here, but we never think in our mind that kidnappers. So when they go into that farm, they saw they trying to shoot. Of course, I heard that they found out there are cows there. A cow was killed. I don't know how many cows. And they said the gate was open. Some cows ran out from the farm. But they found out a young lady, a Fulani lady, also in that particular farm. They asked them, where are these guys? He said they have run away. They have to say, who is the manager of this farm? The ESN in that community, they have to report. And the manager of the farm was summoned. The people they caught were there. They said the name of the guy who escaped is Suleiman. Suleiman happens to be the person this our brother employed in his farm. He is the one in charge of his farm. So Suleiman is bringing in other kids. Suleiman is a kidnapper because he was among them that went for the operation. But when our brother sent this message, he said they came to his farm. He never told the story. He never opened his mouth to say the story. Now, at the end of the day, when the manager of the farm was summoned, asked him what happened. He said he never know. This our brother was trying to defend Suleiman. He was trying to say, Suleiman, I know Suleiman from so place. I am this. I am an industrialist. He start to tell stories. He start to blackmail Chinas Aworu, that Chinas Aworu want to take his farm. I was looking at this man. I have all the messages he sent. I never responded to him. I tell the people in America, the ESN are doing their job. They are reporting to IPOB leadership what is happening, and decisions are being taken. At the end of this issue, this man in his message here, he said something. I'm asking us, Aworu, allow my farm to reopen because my property will be vandalized. Stop inviting my manager-in-law to the office to pay millions for bullets. Stop harassing my staff. The man started talking all kind of refund 10,000 naira collected from. He started talking. I said, does this man really know what is happening on ground? The people said he promised in one of his message when we told him bring Suleiman. He said he have tried to reach to Suleiman, that Suleiman was introduced to him by one Kabiru in 2016. It's not our problem. But we need this Suleiman who is harboring kidnappers in this place, who have been carrying out kidnapping activities here. This is whom we want. He promised that the following day he will provide Suleiman. He said, I'm calling his number now. It's written here. He said, I'm calling his number. His number is not going. I will produce Suleiman the following day. I'm telling Biafran, this is from 8th of August. Then, this is what the men on ground told him. Say, if you don't produce Suleiman, we want to destroy this farm because you are harboring kidnappers. If you don't produce Suleiman, you will pay us the bullets used in this exchange of fire with kidnappers we found in your farm. That is what the people on ground said. The leadership of IPOB is not involved in this. But that is to push him to bring Suleiman. And as he's listening now, did he provide Suleiman till date? From 8th of August till today, he could not provide Suleiman. Instead, he started blackmailing that Chinas Aworu want to take his farm. I don't know how our people, and this is somebody in America, and I want to take his farm, I want to do this, his farm, he invested 200 million. He is not talking about those people that were kidnapped, that were rescued. He don't want to talk about it. Because we know he is an IPOB member, according to what he said, yes, he is, but they are those people I always fighting the IPOB leadership. If not, Chineke can say upon some of them also. And I didn't know about that. It's just of recent I knew. Now, along the line, I asked the people, I said, where is Suleiman? When he started to blackmail me, blackmail everybody, we do not have option than we gave the men an operation in that area to lock down the farm until he provides Suleiman. Suleiman is a kidnapper. He put in his farm. The least we expected to hear from this our brother to say, hey, my brothers, I didn't know Suleiman was involved in this kind of thing. Please, do you understand me? You know I am far away here. I brought Suleiman. I never knew Suleiman are bringing. You have a farm. You don't know how many people in your farm. They were staying there, 4 of them, including Suleiman with another lady. So they were 5. But he's telling us you employ Suleiman only. And at the initial time, he said, my workers. He concluded all of them as his workers. Instead for this young man, or this papa, or this elderly man, or this, I don't know how to qualify him because I feel he's supposed to be reasonable enough to say, Mazi, this is my farm. I don't know. Talk to these guys. I never knew these guys. When say na ya na ha gotara nwa obula ya akwo na azu na obula nke ebu na afọ ka na gotara ago n'ihi na nke akwo na azu ya amagi mgbe o ji pụrụ akwụkwọ ya ga ha gotara. You can't be in America and you are defending kidnappers. He knows. He now turned it because he feel he know how to speak English. He said that we are disturbing indigenous Northerners working for him. I look at this man, I say, these people in America, something is wrong with their mindset. Some of them, I don't mean all of them. Because I expected the man to say, hey, we are talking about a kidnapping issue. If IPOB is working with the government, we will send it to the state government. They will come and demolish the place. But because we are community-based security network, things that belong to our people cannot be destroyed. We try to protect it. That is why we gave the order the farm should be shut down until he provides Suleiman. And from 8th of August, today is 31st, he could not provide Suleiman. He could not. If we say he's a accomplice with Suleiman, people will say, oh, why? He's in America. We cannot say he's working with Suleiman. We cannot say that. But we can also, if we want to be a little bit mean, we will say they know what is happening there. But we know we don't want to go to damage. But he was in America claiming that Chinas Awolu want to come, I want to come from Kuwait to take his farm. The farm he spent 200 million. He started blackmailing IPOB leadership, blackmailing my name. He sent this message all over around the world. And I look at him. I said, this man must be crazy. And the ESN command decided to lock that farm. And they shut it down until he provided Suleiman. But after we have finished investigation, we found out that he cannot bring Suleiman. Suleiman is already in the north, or Suleiman is inside 82D. Because that is where most of these Fulani kidnappers, when they commit certain crimes and they are being chased around, they run into the military base. They have resident permits in most of the military base. Since 8th of August, if he could not provide Suleiman, he said, give me the following day. After 72 hours, he could not provide. We are talking about 1 month now, 3 weeks. He could not provide Suleiman. We do not want to harm your business. And this evening, after this broadcast, the ESN command will open your farm so that you go back and continue your business. But please, stop all this unnecessary blackmail. When we are fighting to restore peace in Biafra land, when we are fighting to curb Fulani herdsmen in Biafra land, the support you people will be giving us is to blackmail those fighting for you people. Blackmail those who men are sleeping in the bushes, looking for these Fulani herdsmen that are kidnapping, committing all kind of crime. They ask this man talking, have you supported this ESN? They have never supported ESN. He's not the only one who have farm in that axis. There are many farms in that place. The people that were rescued, we show their faces so that somebody can go to ask them if you want to ask them. Were they kidnapped? Where were they kidnapped? The videos of where they were kidnapped were there. Outskirts from his farm. Something like 1 kilometer from his farm. Or less. And all he could do was to blackmail Chinas Awolu personally. He took it personally. Calling Chinas Awolu, Chinas Awolu, Chinas Awolu. There was nothing he wrote. He did not mention Chinas Awolu. Aham na ato ho so much. Aham na ato ndi uto. Aham na ato ho. They can never say anything without calling Chinas Awolu. People we are fighting for. How many of them are supporting ESN? From 2021, most of them stopped because they wanted ESN to collapse. Communities can give testimonies what the job ESN have done in most communities. It's not that we cannot cover, but we lack the support to carry a robust operation in Biafra land. And any day we got that robust operation, robust support, you will see what will happen in Biafra land. Any day. Those who want to support. If you don't support also, it's not going to stop because this is a divine mission. But any day ESN receive that robust operation from our people, I tell you, Fulani herdsmen will have no place to contend them. Even the criminal. Some of them are using uncompleted houses. Some of them are using all these places, committing all kind of havoc. They are not in the bushes. Let me tell you something. Most of the kidnappers are no more in the bushes. They are not in the bushes any longer because they know ESN is in the bushes. It's like if you Any kidnapper cannot stay in any forest in Abia State, because it's just a matter of time. We will catch you. So this is for people to know. People you leave your houses for, make sure the tenants living in your houses, make sure you know who you rented your houses to. It's very, very important, because what they do, they rent a house, they come there, they organize, they gather that place, they launch operation. They don't go to the bushes again, because they know likely they will be caught in the bushes. They don't settle in the bushes any longer. Apart from in Imo State. Even in Imo State, most of these criminals are not in the bush. They work with the military, some of the corrupt military and police. When the military and politicians, when the military plan operation, their informants will inform them that the military is coming. You see all of them, they will leave the bushes, go into the nearby homes. They will all, when the military went there, they will throw all their bombs. After they destroy people's houses, after they finish that, they go home, they came out again, they take phone. Tell them, we are here, they are here, they throw us, or all these are all rubbish. This is what is happening in Imo State. They sabotage themselves. The police, the military, the politicians, they sabotage themselves. Because some of them are getting, on the kidnapping cases, the military are getting, some of the military officers are getting commission. Some of the police officers, some traditional rulers, when they are going to Osuna or Sumohu to burn, somebody will inform them, either from the vigilante people who is coming with them, or some of the police. They say, we are coming. They will all move out. Move out to the safe places in people's home, flashy homes. They will stay there. When they finish bombing in the bushes, they return back to the bushes. That's what they are doing. That's what the criminals are doing. In Imo State is where it's happening. In Anambra, most of them they are not in the bush. They are in people's houses. They rented. They gather there, they go and launch operation, they go. Because they know ESN is in the bush. And the order is, if you found Fulani herdsmen in the bush, you find criminals in the bush, don't let anyone go. The Biafran bushes are meant for farming. We want to make sure our people are producing enough food for themselves. Make sure we produce enough food that people can even sell to make money. That is the major work of ESN. And for that reason, we are not giving any chance for the criminals to stay inside the bushes or destroy our people's farm. All these Fulani, Marudin Fulani herdsmen. Also, let me repeat, today, the ESN has been given an order that the farm of Obi Orampa, who has been blackmailing this leadership, we are not opening that farm because it's because we know you can't provide Suleiman. You don't know what Suleiman is doing. So there is no need to suffer you. We are not asking you any money. We are not asking, but the farm was shut so that you do your worst. Because you are blackmailing people working for you. You blackmailing them of 10,000 naira. What a rubbish. What is 10,000 naira? They are asking your brother 10,000 naira. What nonsense? They are asking your brother Egombo. You stop blackmailing without even hearing from the leadership. I thought that since that place was shut down, I thought you would have bring Abuja, bring everybody. I thought you by now you have sent fighter jets from America to come and attack ESN. You only resorted to open a YouTube and started talking yabbing rubbish. But not because of that. We are not looking at those things. All these blackmail have no place in our life. And we cannot be emotional in this job. That is why we said, we found out you cannot produce the Suleiman. And bear in mind, if we see Suleiman back in your farm, maybe we will pull down the farm. Suleiman is a criminal. And if you are bringing any other person to work in your farm, make sure you are monitoring those living inside your farm. If anybody is having farm in Biafra land, make sure you know those inside your farm. Make sure. Because most of these farm, they kidnap people. You think they are in the bushes? No, they hide them in the farm. Some, they hide them in the houses. Some, they hide them in uncompleted building. And people might not know. Therefore, it is very, very important that people to know you cannot box IPOB to the corner. You cannot blackmail us, thinking because you are blackmailing, we will succumb. We are not going to succumb on any blackmail. That is the last thing we are going to do. We have seen it all. In all your blackmail, we have seen it all. We have seen it all. There is nothing else somebody can do. Another issue I want to discuss this night is also the hospital maltreatment. I'm going to take it lightly. Maybe Mazi Chinedu, I will urge you people, radio broadcasters, some of these points that I have dropped this evening, it needs to be discussed on Radio Biafra, especially throughout this week. Let us pick this point because these are the things, the challenges we are having presently in Biafra land. These are the challenges we are having in Biafra land. Sometimes our people think territorial independence is just all we need. No. We need economic independence. We need religious independence. We need to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. We need territorial independence is the last thing that will come on the table. We have to liberate ourselves from many shackles of colonialism that is holding us down. Many of our people do not know that traveling, all of them traveling to UK to go to study, traveling, taking this English test, they don't know it is a means and application of visas and the examination fees. They don't know it is an exploitation means by the Western world, by the British, by the Europeans. Every one of them, imagine every Saturday. I do not know how much they are taking IELTS now. Maybe somebody can remind me here, but last time I checked, it was, I think, 70,000 naira, or if it is now up to 100 and something thousand. Mazi Chinedu, you can imagine that every Saturday, minimum of 2 million Biafrans are sitting for this, minimum of 2 million Nigerians and Biafrans. Every Saturday, they are sitting for this examination to pass the English test. The America have their own test. British have their own. Everybody set his own. Do you understand me? Everybody set his own examination. And our people are paying for this examination. Every Saturday, more than 2 million Nigerians and Biafrans will sit on this examination every Saturday. Imagine that amount of money paid to British Council. Mazi, do you understand? People, I'm going to Britain to study. Great Britain. Ask yourself, is Britain great again? Is there anything that makes Britain great? Is there anything great again? With the technology we have seen around the world, is Britain great? Is there any dream in America any longer? We should emancipate ourselves from certain things. Imagine taking money for English test. And we were born in that contraption. In the nursery school, we were taught with English. In primary, taught with English. Secondary to university, our day-to-day English is number one language in Nigeria. But at the end of the day, they tell you, you have to take English test.
Your English is not enough.
Your English is not enough. They will tell you that. And if you go to foreign to take exam, some of their schools outside, they tell you you are not you are not original English-speaking country. Do you understand me? Discrimination upon discrimination. And every Saturday, we collect billions of naira. They are taking money from oil. They are stealing the oil. They are taking on education.
They are ripping us off in every. They created avenues to rip us. What about visa fees?
They are ripping. they rip us front and back. Mazi, you come to visa. Do you know how much our people are paying for visa application? Do you know how many people apply for visa every day?
Non-refundable fee.
European countries. Do you know how much money they are taking? European countries, most of them are 70 to 100,000 or 100 and something thousand. And they know they are not going to grant you visa. They pick the money from you. Mazi, we are living in other parts of the world, like in Kuwait, in Arab countries. You don't pay for visa until your visa is approved. It's only when visa is approved, you go to print the visa now, you pay the money for the visa. This is how things are being done. The European countries, the British know that 1 million Nigerians will apply the visa for a month. They know 1 million will apply the visa, maybe more, in a month. They will collect all visa fees. And at the end of the day, out of these 1 million people, Mazi, they will only offer 2 to 3% out of that 1 million visa. All the whole money goes to their pocket. You come, they throw your documents for you, stamp it. They throw your documents for you. You pay the agents because they are eating so much, they have given to visa agents. You pay them, you pay these people. Where on earth? While for them, in many countries, they take their passport, they arrive, they stamp visa for them at the arrival. They pay $50, $10, $20. They go inside. The same thing with America, with Canada, with Mazi. The exploitation is out of this world.
These people don't have, there is no conscience in this world. They don't have any,
there is no conscience in them. There is no conscience. Visas, they take monies, they take millions of billions of naira on visas, and every day you see our people applying visa, they go, they have no jobs. Few people have jobs. They just want, we run away just because we want to run away. If people are not finding it easy in diaspora, if we have the same, you understand, level of even a little, even 50% of development, what we have, who is the, we develop our place. Instead, they don't want. And they have brought this exploitation down now to schools in Nigeria. They are now establishing some schools. And the one part is, you see most of our people, when they go to UK, some of them feel disappointed because they found out that it's better to study even in University of Lagos. Because when they reach to that small private school, they have duped them the money. Everybody there is a Nigerian. They take a university for all of them. You know, from West Africa, they come, they put everybody there. You feel disappointed. Your parents have paid. If you see the horrible stories of our people, it's just like the journey of the Magi. Full of disappointments. And when some of them who have found themselves, in order to console themselves, they start to come people. They come out on social media, start advertising. This country is this country is that. You come, there is job here. Like as if they are the first people who arrived in that country before now. Some of them will be talking like they were the first people that arrived. Nobody have come to that country, they just arrived. It's because you see people say, I'm sending people outside. He's taking money from his people, had earned money, 10 million, 15 million. People pay, you drop them in one country, tell them from there they will go to Spain. From there they go to Japan. This is things, the things they have made Europe to look like a paradise, while it is not a paradise. They have made Western world look like paradise. It is not paradise. When you get there, you feel disappointed, maybe with your ambition. It's only time and years before you understand you become a lost generation. Most of us who travel abroad, who believe you will stay many years without coming home, because you found yourself from one to another, you found yourself, you marry a foreign woman, you keep your life because you could not go home to go. You find yourself, the children grows, you pay for school, they go, you continue. Before you understand, that is it. You come to hospitals. Not only hospitals are even dealing with our people. Private schools, extortion in private schools and hospitals. And the question is this: I am using this opportunity to urge the Southeast governors, because this thing, they can't do it alone. We know there are where they cannot talk. IPOB will speak on behalf, because it is for the betterment of Biafran people. It is for the betterment of our people. We know some of the governors, they have no courage to speak, because they can speak tomorrow. Their opponent or those who put them in power will come after them. But what we are saying, it is time that we change the model for our education. Yes, private school is okay for those who want to go to private school, but also there is a need to put all the government schools, let them be functioning. Because when the government schools are functioning, invest in the education of our children. When the schools are functioning, good teachers, parents will remove their children from these private schools and bring them, because the private schools are also owned by principals, by directors. The world is so big for us. There are still people who go to private school, no doubt about it. But the fact that the governors are leaving our complete educational system to be hijacked by private investors who do not, everybody coming to educational business now because they feel it's a means of making money. They are not educationists. They do not have any. What they know is build some 2-3 blocks, and they bring teachers, bring people, they start teaching. And you are not controlling them. Private schools are exploiting our parents, that it is very difficult. That some of them are paying. What are they teaching them? Some foreign schools they brought into Nigeria because they see that this education is that there is no skill. You are not encouraging enough skill. In some countries, a child is going to school, you must have 2 skills you are doing. You must, even though you are studying, you must have 2 skills, either in sports or in technical things. You must. Go to India. India is developing because of the government. Teachers are one of the highest paid in India. Many teachers don't like to leave India because they are being paid. The best brain are being paid. They give them a teaching job and pay them very well. Private school, everybody is opening private school. Then you move to hospitals. Look at what the hospitals are doing to our people. Many people are dying because of fake drugs. People are dying because you come into the hospital will ask you to pay for a deposit. Somebody who built a hospital will build mortuary beside the hospital. If you die, he will move you from this hospital to his mortuary and bill your people. If you don't pay this amount, are you people not regulating these mortuaries? Why are you not regulating inside the hospital? Only we first take deposit from you. After taking deposit, then injection, they will tell you to buy injection separate. They will tell you to buy cotton separate. They will tell you to buy. You have paid them deposit. Huh? You have already deposited an amount of money. It have gone into the account. Then they will ask you to pay syringe, buy this medicine. And they won't allow you even to buy it outside. Maybe outside it is being bought by maybe 5,000 naira. Inside their hospital, they are selling it 35,000 naira. Why are you people so heartless? Exploitation of people has just become order of the day. When we say there is a government, that is why IPOB, every IPOB member, our people must rise up to support IPOB so that we can close these gaps. Because in this sense, we do not have a government. Only the government we have is those who are sharing the national cake. No hospital, nothing, there is nothing. You come to our Biafra land, the only thing some of these youths have brought in is hotel. Everybody hotel. Barrister hotel. Doctor hotel. Everybody hotel. What are they doing inside hotel? There is no program going on in the States. There is, for example, if you are building a hotel in Owerri, it's supposed to be occasions, cycling competition, football competitions, things that will attract. No, every weekend, only just Anakwiko, the whole hotel. That is all what they do. That is why somebody like me, I detest that business. That business they call hotel. I do not mean hotel should be run in a reasonable manner. And many people, you see all these criminals committing in Osun, all of them are buying hotel in Asaba, buying hotel in Owerri. What are they doing there? They kidnap people, they put. The government is not even checkmating those hotels. If you go to Oka, everywhere hotel. What is happening in Oka? Hotel, 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 hotel. No factory, nothing. You come in Imo State, you see this stupid one. Mbugari. They only talk about hotel. Social media billionaires. Hotel, what are we doing with hotel?
And not even no tourist destination.
Tell me what we are doing with hotels. There is no tourism in our land. There is no tourism in our land. Foreigners are not coming in our land. Hotels for what? Because so that you will rent and bring women, put pepper soup one side, dance. Is that the life? Is that there is no tourism? So that somebody will say, okay, because of tourism. Nothing. No tourism, nothing. Hotel. Turn our ladies, turn our girls. Girls trafficking increasing on a daily basis. What nonsense is this? Which society are we building? And some people are deceived. When you hear hotel, my brother, we have lived abroad. We have seen things. Somebody screaming, the hotel, I'm doing a nightclub. You become a billionaire by selling pepper soup and this thing. It's a lie. All in this thing, they are controlling drugs. These are all drug markets. Destroying our youth. Which can anybody tell me, any guy tell me that big hotels anywhere, hotels that people, is it pepper soup and drink? Some people will come out and tell you, it's very, some people that they have started selling Hennessy before they born their papa, born their mama, drinks that Europeans have produced since 18 something. Suddenly one boy in Nigeria tell you he's selling it. He's just a distributor. He become a billionaire by selling one drink. And people are clapping for him. Odogu. We adore evil. We adore criminality. We are promoting them. Most of them you see parading. Ask them where their company is. Nowhere. You ask yourself, all this time they are flexing on social media, asking billionaire, answering billionaire. What time do they have? What time? Because we know billionaires. Look, how many times you see them? How many times? And this group of people are the people they are using to destroy our society. This group of social media billionaires. Social media billionaires. Tomorrow you see them going into politics in Biafra land. If you talk, they say
you don't promote. They are the future politicians of high class. It's them. They want to destroy our land completely. Mazi, continue, please.
These are the people they are promoting in our land. I mean, those who are billionaires, when Forbes release result, release list. Don't you see people there? How many times you see Dangote on social media? Some of them buy 1 or 2 cars. They pim, akawo, odogu. Is that what makes you billionaire? Some resort in the beach, they're making loud. Which business are you doing? I am Bugari. You become billionaire. And you are deceiving the public, deceiving the youth. Tomorrow they say he's contesting for House of Rep. Tomorrow they say he's become the senator. These are the people they are arranging to take over our society. If you talk, they say, because you don't get money, that is why you are talking. They say because you don't have money, you are envy. Which envy? Envy for what? People have why they are alive. People knows the reason why they came alive. There are people, those things don't move. None of them, ask any of them. You that billion. That makes them. When they came out, they said it's Odogu bitters. How many people are drinking the Odogu bitters? Or the general one say he's doing cargo. They become billionaires. They are richer than the Indian shipping mogul. They make noise, deceiving the public. And our youth think that is the way society is supposed to be. Tell me which billionaire you see every day. Every day he's in the yacht, he's in the party. Do you understand me? Show me one. Nobody talks. And the governors, whom we think that they are even very smart, they associate themselves with those fools. Tomorrow now, if you hear when they get old, they say they are sick. They start looking for money to support them. Deception upon deception. What we are saying, I may not say what the decision we are going to take against the hospitals. But I think the IPOB leadership is making a very strong investigation, collect a comprehensive result of people, the hospitals that are fond of exploiting our people. People comes in the hospital, after paying them money, people die in the same hospital. Pregnant women come, they don't survive. Pregnant women that will come to the hospital, allow them to deliver. No, cesarean, because if they deliver, it's small money. You just enter, no, cesarean, they put 300,000 naira.
And they collect the umbilical cord. It's big money, it's big contact. They collect a part of the umbilical cord they cut.
The doctor, every woman that goes into you can't even give him 1 hour, 2 hours. People, we see people outside. We have never seen many women. Many women are, in Kuwait, there was a time they were saying they were counting either 40 years. No woman have died of childbirth in any hospital in this country. Over 40 years. Our own, somebody goes for a childbirth, he dies there. After because they won't even give a woman chance to, sometimes a labor can happen a day. Before, some people goes to labor, stay up to 24 hours before they deliver. When they just arrive, immediately, no, cesarean, put deposit, one. Before you understand, they tear a woman. Before you understand, a woman that's supposed to born normal, they will tear him 3, 4 times. Every child. On the process is gone. Because the doctors have turned out to be. Many of them are abortion doctors. That is what most of them come out from the hospital. That's what they do. Abortion doctors only. And the government is not looking how to monitor this institution. Remember, they are dealing with life. They allow people, somebody can buy medicine anywhere, come out inside luxurious bus, shouting, on a wonka. People are allowed. This is abuse of medicine. This is abuse of medical practices. An illiterate, buy capsule, buy chloroquine, buy this thing, come inside buses and start marketing rubbish. Medicines. By now, the governor's supposed to ban no more selling on drugs on transport. The transport directors, the owners of transport company, nobody should market drugs inside the distance. Where? How can this thing be happening in a society in this 21st century? I think there is a need. Because IPOB must rise up, because we have a lot of things to sort out in that contraption called Nigeria. You are talking about private schools, hospitals, then you come to transport. Our people are exploiting their people on transportation. Go to airline, the same thing. The other day, somebody was checking a airfare from Gulf to Lagos, from the Gulf region to Lagos. They said it is around $400. But the same Gulf region from the same airport to Port Harcourt, they say it's $900. Double the price. Why our people suffering their own people? From Lagos to the flight ticket from Lagos to Ghana is more cheaper than from Lagos to Southeast. Why is the air tariff landing cost in the airports in our region very expensive? Why? Does it mean the governors? Does it mean the senators? Does it mean these politicians are not seeing this? Are they not flying always? Don't they know that is the landing cost in the Southeast region is very high? To discourage our people not to be flying, to go by road so that they can be killed. It doesn't mean that road transport will be neglected completely. But there are, if the ticket fare is cheaper, it will open more opportunities. A 55 minutes flight is more expensive than almost how many hours? 2 hours flight. People fly from the Gulf, Qatar Pacific to Philippines 9 hours, $150, $200. 9 hours from Qatar Pacific, Bahrain Airways, from this region, from Gulf region straight to Philippines, to Malaysia, cheap tickets.
Maz, I don't know. It seems your connectivity is not from here. Maz, I don't know what is happening, but we must continue. We must continue, please. We must continue spreading this news and awareness, this good news, honestly speaking. What Maz Chinas and Woru have been saying before he comes back is totally appalling. I don't know whether our people do think about this, because how can you have flight from Lagos to any southeast high as costly as that, and the people don't think. They don't. If you talk about it, they say nah, Diego, nah, Gawa, nah. It's really disheartening, honestly. It's purely disheartening. But we will never stop, because we are caged from all corners, from every corners. Maazi, can you hear me? No, I don't know. Maazi Chinasa is temporarily out, but we must continue before he comes in. I don't know what's up. So I know what is happening in our land is totally unacceptable. There is no other place people could be subjected in this type of situation and they continue living like that. No, without turning into cannonballs themselves. It doesn't happen. And that's why they labeled our land slave coast, where people live. It doesn't matter the situation, they try to adapt. As long as they survive, they are surviving. They try to adapt. Even if it's living in slavery, they don't care. They try to adapt. It's very, very sad. We need to look into our mentality, honestly speaking. We need to look into it. It's very, very absurd. Very, very absurd. As I'm still waiting for Mazi NASA to come in, we continue in what we are doing. We must continue. So the issue of many things that are happening, why is it that our people also, collaborating with foreigners against their own people? This is something also I find very, very absurd, highly absurd. Iwe igeje n'ugwu Hausa hụ onye Fulani na-collaborate with onye Igbo igbu nwanne ya nwoke. You don't know. So here only our place mostly call name. I don't know. So, IPOB is a government. Whether you like it or not, that is it. And it's an institution. So, we are moving on into continue building the institution so that our people, we must learn how to respect institution. Not one person, no. Not one person, no. But institutions. Let me try, I don't know, to bring Mazi back. I don't know what happened. Mazi, are you back? No. What is happening? So, Biafrans and lovers of freedom, do not forget that today is the 31st day of August, the last day of August 2024. Tata Bobo Chioria. And you are hearing the voice of Mazi Chinasamworu, our General Officer Commandant, GOC. So, you must have taken one thing or the other out of what he said. As he said, the IPOB leadership, let me recap. The IPOB leadership has suffered everything. So they have seen it all. That is it. They tried in order to destroy IPOB, the leadership. And they know that once the leadership is destroyed, finish. The struggle is over bash. So that is why they use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sibling in order to continue their dirty job. And ask yourself, why is it that after the detention, the release of a fine boy, immediately he traveled to Switzerland? Which, let us ask ourselves, why? Why is it so? After criminality, being detained, and he's been released, now immediately and don't you think, do you hear this news anywhere in the Nigerian newspaper? Just ask yourself why. For example, a brother of a family member of the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, if they are, for example, if they are not working with the Nigerian government, CNN would have carried the news. CNN would have carried the news that, oh, look at, but they promise that if you work with us, continue working with us, now no person will hear this. And they maintain their promise. They kept their promise. The Nigerian government. And they sent him out now. Go and now, not only in Nigeria now, you should go outside and start, corrupting the IPOB members abroad. That is his mission. Do you see what we are? Do you see what we have? There is some, I think, one of our brothers, a member of DOA, said something in one of his broadcasts on social media. He said, this IPOB, we must protect it. Even if they want to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I say, even if they want to use him to bring him out to destroy IPOB, no way, it can never happen. Because what they believe is, they thought in their mindset it was IPOB for them is a family business, But it is not. Even if they had in their mindset that, oh, let us do this thing, convince people so that it will, I will see a family business. No more. It's no more possible because we are here already. Biafrans have taken over. We have taken over, so it's not going to be as maybe, even if they planned it to be so, it is not going to be so again. No more. We the Biafrans have taken over. So we must continue defending this struggle. People have died, and people continue dying for this struggle. So how do you think that we will, we will continue allowing this struggle in order to be going like this? Why is it so? Why do you think so? That is why I used to tell us to rise up, be at alert, in order to defend this struggle from whosoever. Do you hear me? From whosoever. Because we have stake in it. Or we have equal stake in this struggle. It's not about the Kano family. Yes, Onyendu raised us up. He put a journey must start by one step. That is the reality. One person or a group of people always start a revolution. But after that, he becomes huge more than them. That is how things are. Are you hearing me? We are talking of restoring a nation, restoring a country. It's not restoring a family or a kindred. No. Or a village. No. A nation of millions, almost 100 million people. Do you know what it is? So we must be at alert. I am still trying to bring, I don't know, maybe he has technical issue, connectivity issue, I know that. Oh, sudden, not from here, but from him. I'm trying to bring him in, but still no connection, no connectivity from him. I don't know. But we must continue. We must continue. He talked about the way they set the IPOB leadership up with sit at home. The way I know all these things will happen, right? It's a pity. The day Mazi, our HOD, very gentle. Oh, I pity the guy, the man. Mazi Chike does him. I hosted him the day he cancelled it. On our day. Even while talking, I wanted to even remove disconnect everything. Why he was trying to cancel the thing. After the broadcast, he was almost crying when I was talking with him. Say, Mazi, I have to obey. It's an order. I have to obey it. To cancel this seat at home. I have to obey. I didn't want it, but I have to obey. Mazi, I never see any person humble than Mazi Chike Doziem. But the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is taking the loyalty as stupidity. That's what I see, honestly speaking. That's what I'm seeing. They take the loyalty of even the DOS as stupidity. And see how many kitchen cabinets? Now just a figurehead. Now we are running a movement. You know, how do we think? Look at how they block the whole money. When you block a money for a movement, virtually you have killed that movement. You dry it. When you hear America is sanctioning a country, is blocking the finance of that company in many ways, the economy of the country, which means killing the country. Why is Cuba like that till today? Notwithstanding their development educationally, because Cuba have the highest rate of doctors per capita in the whole of South America. Cuba is number one. But America sanctioned them in order to turn them into Stone Age. But still, they are still moving on. Because they block their fund. You cannot take money to Cuba, as a Cuban citizen. No transaction, sending of money like that. So this is exactly what they did to IPOB. Sanctioned the IPOB in order to make the DOAs fail so that they don't achieve anything. So that after the same people that did the thing will come out tomorrow if Mazen Namde come out and say, well, look at, they are answering leader for nothing. What did they do? Nothing. They achieved nothing. But they are the ones blocking. Do you see this evil? This is what we are trying to run away from Nigeria. And we are meeting it inside us, inside the IPOB. How do we take it? We are what we are running away from. No patriotism. What matters is who will be the head. It's what happens in Nigeria. That is why Nigeria is a quagmire. They don't put the best. They don't take the best. They say, oh, if it is not me, I destroy it. Is it not what we are running away from Nigeria? Why should we allow it in this struggle? Because, I'm the Kano brother. So he will be in charge. He's the person that gives order. Why should it be so, for goodness sake? Why should it be so? Why should we allow it? With the sentiments of our people, many of our people have corrupt mindset. Because of a hatred of one person, because of one thing or the other, so that you fail, so that you don't take glory, so that tomorrow, why is it so? Why shouldn't we support this struggle and be selfless? Be patriotic. Whoever that is at the head will give the maximum support. Let the struggle succeed. Let Biafra come. It doesn't matter is this person or is it no. But this is not what this family wants. Is it so? Sometimes I start bleeding. Something I engage something I engaged with all my whole heart. And whole people are just, you now see that people corruption. For what? How should we allow them? Many times I used to say it. That when you see the suffering we are in as a people, it is not, yes, we are hated. But it is not only that. Our mindset is also causing it. It's one of the main causes of our suffering. The way we reason, everything is part of that. Let me what is happening? I try Mazichina Sanworu, all of a sudden, unlike him. Just I'll be right back. I've been calling everywhere to bring him in, no way. Let me, please, I'll be right back.
Okay. Yellow pages, and this was for doctors. And what was this? Yellow pages for doctors so that they can have a directory where all the doctors are. Now they were asking for a number of things. They were asking for photographs. They were asking for fingerprints with biometric data. And they were asking for location, how many staff, who are the staff, the telephone numbers, and all that. We patiently had them out. And after that, hearing them out, we now told them to excuse us. And they left. And when they left, we now started putting things together. First of all, it would be illegal under medical ethics to have such a directory because called yellow pages, because that will be primarily advertising, which is not allowed ethically. Secondly, they were a foreign agent because they have no right. This is national security. Just like going to the police station, I want to know all the policemen here, all the police stations, where their locations are, their phone numbers, and all that. The Nigerian police will just arrest you for doing that, even asking them. So the same thing is health. Health is under national security and is all protected. If you were to have the information of all the police locations, you can wipe out the police, so they will not get protected. The same thing if you were to know all the locations and the telephone numbers of the doctors and the health personnel, you can also wipe the whole health personnel. And what will happen? So we will not have a health system. Then we have to now depend on a foreign health system, which we do not know the consequences. So when we noticed that this was happening, and coincidentally, we now got a message, an SOS message from Benue, that in Moko, a town in Benue, that a pharmacist, a famous pharmacist, was killed by the doctors. So now, that's what was alleged. And so now a group of mercenaries of Boko Haram, they call them, we are now seeking all the doctors to kill them. And the doctors had gone into hiding. So we now...
When did this happen?
This happened that was in 2013, I think. And then we said, wait a minute, how come? They said, no, there was a professional feud that the doctor said that the pharmacist was attending to and taking away their patients, and the pharmacist denied it, and all of a sudden they killed they alleged that the doctors killed the pharmacist, and now the pharmacist and their association hired some mercenaries to go and kill the doctors. So we now understood that actually this was a setup, and a well-conspired setup by the people who were talking to us, the Bill Gates organization, and they were using their mercenaries to attack doctors. So we really understood that the people who were talking to us were, even before they got a formal cooperative MOU from us to participate in their program, they were already going to the fields and collecting data, because the doctors didn't know, who in different localities didn't know exactly what this was all about. And then we now realize the plan that they were building up a
database.
Yes, a GPS guided mapping, as they called it, the mapping of all the hospitals and the health professionals, and using the GPS in their phones to be able to track all the doctors and the medical personnel. They have their numbers. So this raised an alarm, and we were able to alert people, and all of a sudden, under the Buhari administration, things seem to have piped down. Now, immediately after Buhari's administration came to an end, they came up again with the so-called third phase of this survey. So this whole new program is what they are on now, to map and target and kill the doctors. This was exactly what they did for the farmers. Bill Gates donated, in quote, 14 million cell phones, which they call the electronic wallets. The idea was that they were going to give 2 billion naira loan or grant to farmers. What the plan, as far as the doctors are concerned, is that the doctors of Nigeria are the people who should, according to their plan, collect the eggs of women, which will now be used for the cloning procedure we call somatic cell nuclear transfer. And this is what I want to explain, what this is all about. Okay. Now, what the West is looking at is that the envisage a new human industry. The new human industry will make it possible to replace organ parts of sick people instead of continuously taking drugs for any medical condition. So what that means is that if you have a heart disease and you go to a doctor, the doctor will could take a sample from that your diseased heart, send it to the biotech companies, which are actually most of them in this category are owned by Bill Gates. They will now clone exactly that heart of that person. And how will they do this? They will take the cell the doctor sent them and remove the nuclear material, that's the nucleus that has all the genetic information. Now, they will get the egg of a woman, or eggs of women, because they will need several eggs for this. They will remove the nucleus on that egg and then transfer the nucleus from that disease heart into that egg. So that's what we call somatic cell nuclear transfer. So when they transfer it and then they keep it in a culture to grow into a heart, replicating the exact heart of that diseased person. But now that heart will be brand new without disease. They can now send that heart back to the doctor and they will now implant it into the patient. And of course the person must have paid maybe $2 million or $1 million or whatever the cost involved. But this process of doing this is a manual process. That means making this transfer into the egg of a woman. So the eggs of women could be taken in hundreds just to do one procedure. So they will need about 100 million eggs, which will come from 10 million women. So when they looked at the map of the world and saw where on earth can we get up to 10 million women to donate egg?
Okay, so they find Africa as and Nigeria as a resource base for that purpose.
Yes. When they looked at Nigeria, it looked very much promising for them. Okay. So Nigeria has the population over 250 million people, about that now.
Yeah, Prof. You see, this thing is very. Why is this thing? I want to find out. Is this effort by Bill Gates restricted to Nigeria, or are there other African countries or other parts of the world that are being affected by what they are doing?
The planned genocide is restricted to Nigeria. But one has to understand, why do they need to kill the doctors? They kill the farmers because they wanted to make sure they eliminate all the seed growers in the country. So when they eliminate the seed growers, the natural seeds will never be available again. And how they did that was very simple. What they did was that they just gave 14 million cell phones to all Nigerian farmers, so they could track those people who were being paid for seeds. So when other farmers go to them, they go to buy seeds, and then they know that this person was being paid for seeds, so he's the one selling the seeds. So they now use the GPS coordinates on these so-called electronic wallets, which are just cell phones, to target all of them and eliminate them. When you eliminate the seed, natural seed.
Welcome back. We are back. I think Maazi Chinasanwuru, please, you can continue from where you stopped.
Maazi, please help me. Where did I stop? Because I was just cut off from the line.
Yes.
I didn't know where. Yes.
You know, you were talking, I think you talked about hospital, doctors. That is what we are talking. Yes. You are talking about doctors, how they were doing cesarean, you know.
Wow. So yes. Very far. Wow. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I was still online. I was speaking all this while. I didn't know it was a technical fault, not from my side, but I don't know what happened. So
it's not from here too, eh?
I don't know. I don't really know what happened. So, but what I'm saying, finally, or let me come to the end of this program. The IPOB leadership and the ESN command have come to a conclusion to make some changes in the ESN command.
Maazi, before you go there, I think that will be the conclusion. You forget
Yes,
about...
I'm concluding my program.
Yes, you forget about to talk about this man. Because I know what we are talking before will lead to the man, I mean Benjamin Carlo, that feels that he has arrived.
So all I was saying about Benjamin was not coming out.
No. It was not out.
Wow. Anyway, let me go back to the issue of Benjamin Carlo. The issue of Benjamin Carlo is a very sensitive issue because we found out that this is a man whom they just brought in, to disrupt the progress happening in Abia State. And the IPOB leadership is not going to fold their hands and watch that political harlot. I mean, Benjamin Carlo. The IPOB leadership will never fold their hands to watch Benjamin Carlo disrupt the progress going on in Biafra land. And for that reason, an order has been given. If Benjamin Carlo comes out in the public to speak rubbish about the development going out or a way to sabotage developments going out in Biafra land, he will get the IPOB treatment. Even to the point that anywhere we found him in any occasion in Biafra land, he will be molested and he will be embarrassed, even in diaspora. I want him to know, even as he visited Australia last time, he don't know we are following him, because the way they follow us is also the way we follow them. We know when he visited Australia, we know the places he visited, we saw all the pictures he took, but we do like we don't know. And he had visited before he came out to make all these rubbish comments he did. And I'm making it very clear that Benjamin Carlo, to show how biased he is, he was talking about, when IPOB was talking about people not to participate in the last program, the last protest that Nigeria did, so that we won't be the scapegoats. For him, who claimed to be number 6, could not make even any meaningful contribution than to attach himself to the order given by IPOB. And he starts making noise, telling people, don't join the protest. If you come out, they will kill you. So he knows that the security operatives will kill our people. And as a number 6, is it right? Is it right that our people will come out to protest if they want to protest and they will be killed? And you call yourself number 6. Instead, he ran to the measures IPOB have already set aside, and hid himself behind that order and start to speak as if he is somebody. He is nobody. Secondly, he came out and made this comment he made about trying to replace OJ, that APC have done so much, Tinubu have done something for Ndibo. And I ask, what have Tinubu did for us? That Tinubu gave him number 6 position. They signed the Southeast Development Commission. Can he show us where the office for the Southeast Development Commission is? Because as long as I know, Abia State and Imo State are part of the NNDC. Is there any development coming from all those commissions? It's only sharing money they do. And Benjamin Carlo will not be allowed to play with the intelligence of our people. We know his office where he does his 419 in South Africa. We can also make it open so that he know that we know him very well. But it will be very, very appalling that he is just new in this political circle and he wants to have problem with IPOB. It won't be funny, because the least we can do, he should ask other politicians who declare him persona non grata in Biafra land, and he will remain in Abuja. If what he can come to is to come to disrupt development happening in Abia State, For over 26 years, Abia State has become, what will I say, they call it marijuana. Nothing is moving. Everywhere dirty. Then somebody came trying to clean all this dirty everywhere. Trying to build roads, to put up the basic things people need. And all he could do was to come in and start to disrupt this program, telling us that they must take over the state. He should be very, very careful. IPOB, we don't know. He's supposed to know. Let him go and ask all Joseph Carlo, ask other people, ask many of them.
Mazi, why not he give an example? He go to with Imo State, with what Hope Uzodinma is doing in APC in Imo State.
No, he knows. He knows. Don't need to give him an example. He knows because he's being sent to come to disrupt Abia State. That is what he's being sent, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So he should know that and know that very, very well. He should know that and know it very, very well. So at the end of the whole issue is, we're even surprised when they are telling Igbos to leave Lagos. We never heard him make any statement. Because it is his master, Tinubu, as he said, that has given those orders. He never contested it. He never. And what we are saying is, our people, we want you to come home. Bring your investment home. We don't want where you will come by force and in a couple of months you want to run back again. You want to run back to Lagos. Remember, presently, that it is strategically insecurity in the north, insecurity in the southeast. Lagos say they want to build Lagos to become the New York of West Africa. In whose back are they building it? The back of the Igbos. That's why they are pushing many of you. And they know if development will come to the southeast, imagine Iguacha will become the oil capital in the southeast. Imagine Aba, a manufacturing state, zone. Anambra, import and export area. Go to Enugu, administrative and other recreational activities. Asaba, tourism. Ebonyi, agriculture. All these states in Biafra land will be booming. They will be booming. Therefore, we are not telling you to come back from Lagos when you have nothing. It is now that you have something, you must plan coming back home. We know from our research and investigation, we found out that our people have made up their mind to leave, even to abandon some of the properties they have there. And we encourage you, come back. We are asking you to come and invest. Imagine the little IPOB have done during this period for food, agricultural revolution, initiation we did. We know some of these governors, some of them tapped into the program and did the best they can. But agriculture is not something just you do it one day. We need to continue this project to have food sufficiency in Biafra land. Liberation is not only about territorial liberation. I'm saying it always. You must have economic liberation. You must have economic freedom. If you don't have economic freedom, you can't have territorial freedom. Because you may end up accepting a territorial freedom, but you are still under bondage. You have to know that. Because when you push for territorial freedom first and push it, you may be pushed. Because territorial freedom comes with armed struggle. When you push it on that way, only that line, you end up agreeing on territorial freedom like the way Africans have independence, flag independence. But economically, you are nothing. Therefore, we are pursuing all at the same time. We have to pursue all at the same time. I'm using this opportunity also this evening to talk to Biafrans and talk to the Nigerian police and security agencies that are mounting their heavy roadblocks in Biafra land. In our eyes, you are an invader. In our eyes, you are a criminal enterprise, extorting and killing our people. And the IPOB leadership have taken a knock from your exploitation, forceful disappearance. We are not going to tolerate the continuous. In Imo State only, there is over 100 checkpoints in Imo State. People are being molested, harassed, even these vehicle inspectors, customs, everybody on the Biafran road. And the Nigerian politicians are not saying anything. The Igbo politicians are not saying anything. And I'm making it very clear, we have drawn the red line. You either leave our land so that our people can move freely, or we sort it out by any means. I'm not going to say what we're going to do, but you will hear from us. If this exploitation along our roads, since we do like, okay, they are holding Mazin Namdekano, people are talking, you do this, and we found out that you are holding Mazin Namdekano, and you found it as a leverage to oppress our people. I'm telling you, you are going to be resisted fiercely. They should mark this day fiercely. We are going to resist the Nigerian roadblocks that are meant to exploit our people. Police officers with POS machines on the street exploiting our people. There are stories, even the one we posted. People are traveling, you search their phone, you see money. People that are doing projects, you extort them, you take it away, and they throw them away. Sometimes you want to kill them. Are you the only police officers in the world? They recruited criminals, hand them over guns, and they come in our place causing insecurity. And after they will turn around and say there is insecurity in the southeast. I think it's time we battle it once and for all. And finally, Biafrans, this evening, you know, as we are marching in this struggle, there are time for changes. There are time to appoint new people. There are time to make amendments where things we found there are loopholes in what is happening. Most of you could remember in 2022, there are many people in Anambra, in Enugu State. I came on air, they were dismissed from IPOB. They were dismissed from ESN. I'm not going to mention their names, but many of them, as they were dismissed in 2022, we have the memo. I announced them on air, on Radio Biafra, because they decided to pitch their tent with the criminals. And since 2022, there is no association. When you are dismissed from IPOB, you are dismissed because they wanted a test of criminality. When we found out, reports came on their head, many of them were dismissed on Radio Biafra. But to our greatest surprise, of course, the Nigerian government want to use it. And you know, when many of them fall in their criminal activity, you call them, they will tell you they are IPOB, and they are ESN. They are this, they are that. Many of them, today, many of them are being killed in criminal activities. And when they are killed, they tell you that they are IPOB members. We have warned people to desist from criminality. And when we expel you, we are expecting the state commander to do the needful. Keep these people away from the city. And failure to do those things around them, to be hanging around the city, committing nuisance that will damage the image of IPOB. And for that reason, this night, the IPOB leadership and the ESN command have come to a conclusion, an agreement that the Enugu State ESN commander has been asked to step down from this night. He is no more. All the members in Enugu, IPOB family members and the ESN command, you know who is your commander, your state official commander. From this evening, he ceased to be the Enugu State commander. A new state commander will be appointed. Some ESN officials will be coming from the central command to make appointments for the new Eastern Security Network commander in Enugu State. Also, from now onward, in the next 72 hours, we expect him, any material, any instrument, any equipment, security equipment in his hand, that he should hand it over to the state command or hand it over to the central command, a border region to where he is controlling, as soon as possible. And from this night, The operational head in Enugu State will be in charge until the new CSO will be appointed in Enugu State. This is the end of this program. Biafrans and all the lovers of freedom, I thank every one of you who have stayed all these long hours to listen to me this evening. I will be coming on air in a couple of days because there are a lot of things are happening that we need to clarify and educate our people. There are places like Ebonyi State where the radio has not been working for some time because of sabotage. Ebonyi State radio will be back on air. Enugu State will be back on air because of also it is because of the rainy season. We are having some technical issues. Soka Axis will be back on air. Ihiala. All these places we are working seriously to make sure all the stations are back on air. People in Iguacha, you people who were discussing that sometimes you don't hear it is during this rainy season. It's a technical fault that when the rain wants to fall, it used to obstruct because the breeze from the sea is attacking the station. So that is why sometimes it's having better. When the storms or the breeze is over or no rain, the station will come back normal. So do bear with us. It's a technical fault, and
this evening it was working. This as we are talking, I received a message that it is
before that time, before that time it's working, but this has been not now. It has been like that because of the wave from the sea used to affect it. You understanding me? So, but now it's working. It's working fine this evening. If there is also like rain falling, it used to obstruct a little bit, but it's working fine today. There is no problem. But I want them to understand when the voice is faint, they should know that it is that technical fault and it will soon pass out. That's all what I want to say. Biafrans and all the lovers of freedom, may Chukwu Kikadiama bless every one of you. Remember, we are all called for this mission. We are here to restore Biafra. We are not here for any personal glory. We are not here to make money. We are not here to come and find to look at people's faces and applaud people. And at the end of the day, we cannot get what we are looking for. All while all of us came out, we heard the voice of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu came out. We came out because of Biafra. We came out because he called us. He said we must restore. And the ideology, the quest, the restoration of Biafra, no doubt, deserve everybody to be part of this struggle. But we know that not everybody will be part of this struggle. And for the fact that you are not part of this struggle does not make you also an enemy of Biafra. But we encourage you. You might not be supporting us openly, but you can support us financially. You can speak on behalf of IPOB. You can speak about what we are doing in occasions, in places. Maybe you feel you cannot come out because of your businesses. You are investing in Nigeria. It doesn't stop you not from supporting IPOB. But if you want to support IPOB, support the IPOB leadership. There are people whom you can go through them and you support. Don't allow any reference come from the back door, tell you, I am speaking from our IPOB leadership. They asked me to give you should give us support. You giving anybody. IPOB leadership, we are open. Support of ESN is open. We have a website. You know the leaders of, but I believe some of our politicians, some of our people, they don't want to support. Reasons are, they are working to destroy IPOB because they know Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is under captivity. So their point is destroy IPOB. Some of them intentionally they knew that IPOB is still existing, but they prefer to give money to people who are attacking the IPOB leadership. They prefer. Some people go to them, claim that they are IPOB leadership. All of you know when some people was trying to prove that DOS is different from IPOB leadership, that they are the IPOB leadership. The family of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the IPOB leadership. Then DOS is different. These are where people are coming in trying to play on the gullible ones. IPOB have one leadership. That leadership is the Directorate of State. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is part of the Directorate of State, but he's the leader of this movement. There is no doubt about that. When you say this is the leadership of this movement, some of them, how devilish they are, when you call Chike Doziem the leader of IPOB, they start crying. They start blackmailing that now you are calling Chike-Doziem a leader. Is Chike-Doziem not a leader? Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is the supreme leader of this movement. What crime does Chike-Doziem commit that when people call him a leader, coordinators, are they not leaders? Are there not many millions of leaders in IPO? Hijack this struggle. People have died in this struggle. And all of us, if anybody tries to take this struggle that people have died to play on the life of our people, there are many people in this struggle when they were dying on their bed, or their sick bed, or where the bullet, they will tell you, you people should promise me that you will continue if I die. You people should continue if I die. Most of you have the video of most of our brothers. On their point of death, they are telling you, promise us that you will continue. These are the people we will never disappoint. We have already paid every sacrifice. We have been blackmailed. We have seen it all, and we are ready to see more. Therefore, Biafrans and all the lovers of freedom, once again, my name is Mazi Chinasa Nworu. Mazi Chinasa Nworu served the indigenous people of Biafra as a member of the Directorate of State. Kachifo no Chineke.